T-Class finale, 100 laps of Daytona. I'm joined by Chunky.
Evening.
And there will be a slew of other drivers joining us at some point throughout the evening. 3 hours of Daytona. Let's see how many topics of conversation we can cover.
I think we covered a lot last week in the pro category. But it'll be an interesting race tonight. Who are you going with? Oh, I know who you're going with already. I think we're both actually going for the same name at the minute, aren't we, after his performance last week?
Yep, I think it's got to be Z. I think he got third in the sprint round here yesterday as well.
Yeah, he's obviously he was in that 24-hour Daytona with us as well. He did a lot of laps. He's put a lot of laps down here. Here we go then. Obviously reverse grid for this race, so no qualifying.
Let's flick up towards the turn one. Always interesting around Daytona, especially from a standing start.
I'll stay down in 10th with Apex.
Cool. I've gone up to 4th with Gloss.
Oh, someone hasn't gone. Apex is stuck on the line.
Oh, does that give anyone damage already?
Apex did not move then. No, everyone's got away with it, luckily.
Okay, Ron is leading into turn one. Oh, it's close at the front. If anyone's learned from last week, it's just to be patient. This race should take about 3 hours, so there's no point hustling and bustling. Oh, someone's going. Oh, I think they caught it. Was that Shipper? Was he caught that?
Oh no, it's not. Who was it?
Shipper.
It's Harsh. Harsh is gone. Harsh is down into last position. He's spun.
Shipper's got damage as well. Contact onto Shipper's car.
Did he save it though?
He saved the spin.
I think. Did he get Harsh in the process? Or did Harsh go on his own?
Jake's got damage as well.
Harsh has no damage, so I think he might have spun on his own. He won't be happy with that after his. He sort of had the same issue last week, I think, didn't he?
He did.
In the pro race. Two McLarens at the back now, see where they can get up to through 3 hours.
See, Jake's losing time in the straights now to Ron with that damage. He's got a small fuel tank anyway, so he'll be in the pits rather frequently.
Just to let everybody know, our two upper pro drivers, so Airman and Panda, are having to run a different tyre strategy to everybody else. They're having to do stints on hard tyres. How many stints did we decide?
The whole race.
The whole race is on hards?
Yeah.
That'll make it interesting for those guys.
If they stick in the
up into first?
If they stick in the slipstream on the hard tyres, then it won't be too bad. Oh, look at this cluster of cars coming into turn one here. Shipper's about to get gobbled up with his damage. Jay on the outside. Zaskar up the inside.
Oh, look at that. Gloss is up there as well.
Oh,
Zaskar already up to 6th.
Yeah.
He's up the inside of... Oh no, that's Tom going up the inside. Are Tom and Zaskar running the same livery?
And Smack. It's so hard to know. I've turned the names off. It's so hard. MC late on the brakes.
MC's right. Oh, look like Tom there. I don't know what happened to. And Fishtail.
They're all running the same livery.
Oh my god.
Azteca and Quiet Bird's boys have all got the same livery on the cars. Jay up the inside of MC.
Tom's just got done by Zaskar and Gloss in one corner. That is not the place you want to run wide.
Shipper's got left suspension damage and rear damage, so he's going to lose time in the straights and struggle through the corners.
Shippo's now got... Oh, Jay, that's a brave place to go for that. He backs out of it wisely. Oh, he's gone for it again. I don't know if he... Yeah.
Shippo that well.
MC's been shuffled right back here on this lap. Did she have an incident?
I think she just went wide onto the entrance to the bank.
Oh, MC's really There's a look at the group with
I
Shippo.
know, yeah. Panda and Airman in that group as well, heading into turn 1. Let's get on board with Shippo, he'll have a good view of this.
Ron Dude has pulled 2.1 seconds now clear of Jake.
He has got damage, hasn't he, Jake?
Ron's running for the hills here in that Lamborghini.
What Jake needs, what Ron needs is the Ministry of Defence to stop anyone else getting through.
Jake's car's absolutely battered. There's Gloss now. Gloss has worked his way up to 3rd now. Another fast American driver. That Mercedes actually pretty good round here. I think that battling's brought them all back in, hasn't it? Apex and Harsh.
Yeah. Yeah, another 100 laps, Azteca. You will be my down at trackside co-commentator, reminding us of all the names of the different horseshoes. Shippo looking up the inside there of Airman. Not going to happen with that damage.
I think we may see Shippo dive in the pits soon to fix this. Now he's been shuffled backwards. I think he may go to the pits.
So I had damage, didn't I, in the last week, and I pitted on end of lap 8, and then fuel saved very heavily and was doing all stints of 23, 24 to get back on strategy by the end. But I don't know what the fuel tank's like.
I'm not sure how good the Renault is at saving its fuel or its tyres.
Just skip back up to the front.
Ron now 3.4 seconds clear. He's absolutely running for the hills here. Harsh with the fastest lap so far with a 1:47.7, so he's storming back towards the front.
You said Harsh didn't get damaged, didn't you?
No, he didn't get damage. No damage for Harsh.
Jake's dived into the pit. There you go. He's released Gloss onto the back of Ronnie now. Oh,
but we've got Fishtail and Zaskar battling. All 3 of those guys battling. If these guys battle, that's going to allow Ron to get away. Like we say all the time, mate, they need to work together to push him forward.
It's so confusing. Why did they pick the same liveries? Fishtail, I think, so championship at the moment, obviously we know that that's all wrapped up with Matt, who isn't here today. We've got Zaskar in P2. Is it Fishtail in P3 or is it Apex? It's one of them two, isn't it?
For where? P3?
Yeah.
Fishtail's into P3, Zaskar into P4.
No, I meant in the championships. I'll have a look, see what's to, if there's anything to play for today.
Obviously, Matt, our championship winner, is not here today.
Fishtail and Apex are separated by 2 points for the 3rd position in the championship. I think the rest is all pretty much sealed. Well, the rest is sealed. Oh, Deputy Fishtail right on the back of Gloss now. Ronnie's still extending slightly.
Yeah, Ronnie.
I think he's just struggling a bit because he doesn't have the slipstream, like he's losing a bit of time now down these straight.
Yeah, if these guys all work together though, they should be able to push each other up to him. Gloss here with purple sectors everywhere. Gloss was super fast last week though in the pro race, wasn't he? But he lost it coming out that first corner.
Yeah, last season when he was in his Corvette.
There we go, fastest lap.
Challenging boosted, wasn't he, for finish P2?
He certainly was.
That time to Ronnie's coming down.
Yeah, it's coming down quite quickly now. You know what it's like though, mate. When you see them all coming from behind and them headlights are getting closer, it can get quite hectic. At the minute, they're not battling as well, which is helping. Zaskar sitting there in 4th position, Jay in 5th, Panda up into 6th now, Airman 7th, Smack 8th, Apex now into 9th, Harj up into 10th, Tom in 11th, with his good friend Shippo in 12th, MC in 13th, and obviously Jake down in 14th after pitting.
Jake, Tom and Shippo both have damage.
Jake doesn't have damage anymore.
No, Tom and Shippo. They both need to stick with this.
I don't think Tom. Oh, Apex! Apex now has a lot of damage as well. That was I don't know how he ended up over there.
There was no one behind him, was there?
No, did he just miss it? Harj was behind him, but I don't know whether Apex just missed his braking point there. Fortunately, we didn't get to see that. There's no damage on the front of Harge's car.
Head back up to the front, see what the gap is now to Ron.
Oh, it's close.
Seconds.
It's close. They'll be within slipstream now. 1.2 seconds, just breaching into slipstream now.
Gloss is pulling a big gap as well on these two Porsches behind. What I will say is Gloss is using a lot more fuel than the two cars behind him.
It's that big heavy Mercedes, isn't it? We know that Porsche is good for tyre and fuel save, isn't it?
Oh, Ronnie can see all three of them cars now in his rear view.
He won't know who's who in the Porsche though.
We barely do.
He won't be knowing which one of them's chasing him down. The only way he'll see is from his little list on the side. Jay now onto the back of Panda.
Panda's got
Panda's got past Jay, hasn't he? Even with that harder tyre. To be fair, out of all the tracks, this is a track that you can actually run those harder tyres on.
Yeah, you lose less time than through the middle. You just got to be careful with the bus stop.
It'd be interesting to see what the strategy-wise the pro drivers on the hard tyres are going to do.
The problem's the fuel. It's running it any longer on the fuel, isn't it? That's the issue. You have to save so much.
Yeah.
Harge working his way back up. He's into 8th, obviously. After Apex's crash.
1.6 now up until Airman, though. That's a bit of a bridge to gap to another pro driver. Saying that the tyre advantage through that infield should help him. Gloss, all top 4 right on each other now. All 0.4 in between every single one of them. The gap is the same. 0.2 to... We're going to see a pass here. For the lead.
Try it around the outside.
Is Ron going to let him up the... Ron moves over and allows Gloss the inside.
Gloss of another fastest lap. 4 in a row. 5 in a row. Ronnie a little bit deep, that might let Fishtail through. No. Do you think now the
God,
race
even Ron's Lambo's black and green as well. They've all had us tonight.
Good thing I kept the race information up on the side.
Oh, it's actually the same sponsor as well.
Mellow
Yellow, yeah. It is, look at the front of it. Here we go. I'll tell you what, this is given. Ron is given Gloss an opportunity to get away here and already break the slipstream.
It's in the mellow yellow clan. That's mad.
Oh, Ron's wide there. Ron's wide. Fishtail up the inside.
Is Zaskar going to try and follow him through?
Ron drops back down. Fills the gap. The mellow yellow trio. Are we going to sit? Is he going to bump? Oh, yeah.
Zaskar sending it.
Zaskar's. Oh, what a pass!
Oh, brilliant move that is.
What a pass that was.
That camera angle sort of messed that up a little bit there.
Yeah. Gloss now 1.2 in front.
Is it worth inviting in our other commentators?
Yeah, I can get boosted in. Yeah.
And now past Jay as well.
Do we want all of them in?
Send it to them all to see if they all join. Harge is running mediums because he's not of the same calibre as the rest of the pros, and that will be something that is seen for season 4 by his own admission as well. Oh, Eamon all squiggly on the exit of turn 1. Oh, he's off. Eamon's off. It's been reset. All that hard work he's done is just gone.
Oh, he's all over the place.
It's down to 11.
Still struggling to get it back under control there.
So, I have some insider information. Eamon has decided to use no TC today as a bit of practice. So, we'll put that down to that.
Ah, yeah.
Who's
He had
turned
a
his
few
traction
incidents.
control
He was
off.
on for a serious pace last week as well, even with a few incidents. That BM is not going to be fun on them hard tyres with no traction control.
No, you can see how careful he's being on the throttle when you look at his traces.
Definitely. Let's get back up towards the front. I'll have a look what's going on there. Gloss now only 8 tenths in front. Fish and Zaskar are slowly starting to bring this gap down. Ron's still there as well.
Harge on the outside of Jay coming into the bus stop.
That's brave. That is brave. No, surely not. No, he backs out of it. That's a horrible place to be on the outside there.
Yeah, you don't want to try and send it there.
He's compromised himself now. That should have backed out of that earlier, really. Oh, I hear a lot of tyre screech. Tom, Shippo, Airman all together now. MC down in 12th there with Jake and Apex now at the back. Apex is pitted, repaired his damage, fresh mediums.
Airman coming around the outside of Shippo with that damage. Should get that done nicely.
Gloss, Fish and Zaskar now all in a pretty close bunch.
We'll get back up to the front.
Be interesting to see now what Zaskar does after his performance last week. Is Fish holding him up, or are they? This is all their genuine pace. Oh, Gloss looked wide there. That might be a penalty. There was a lot of tyre on the grass then. No, I think he's got away with it.
Gloss takes a very tight line into that second horseshoe.
Ron slightly dropping off the back of the group now. Panda's starting to catch Ron as well.
Could just be the medium starting to go off just a little bit.
Yeah.
One sec, I'll get the comments up on the screen, mate, not showing on the PlayStation.
You said Shippo in that Jordan F1 livery. Yeah, it's a nice livery, isn't it? Beautiful livery. Think, yeah, Apex running the Benson Hedges livery as well.
These three are still pretty much neck and neck. Coming round onto lap. Let's start lap 10. Yeah,
what lap do you think we're going to see these guys peel into the pits?
Gloss will be in lap 20.
Yeah, I think it's 20 for all of them, isn't it?
Wow.
Fish and Zaskar might go an extra couple of laps.
Yeah, I think if they are being held up by Gloss, they might be able to overcut.
I don't know if they are being held up by him.
I think the Mercedes is just a lot better. Panda's in the pits already.
There we go. Fishtail is right on the back of Gloss now. They've slightly dropped Zaskar off the back. Ron's still there. Panda in the pits already?
Yeah, Panda's in the pits already. No damage. Yeah, I think, yeah, Dad says the Mert can't do more than 20. I agree. Gloss will be on lap 20. The only thing I think what Gloss has got going for him is not necessarily the straight line speed, but the FR car through the bus stop. It's just a lot more planted, so he gets enough of a gap to protect himself into turn 1, but Fishtail is a lot closer this time around than he was last lap.
I don't know what Panda's doing here. He's fully fueling, he's got a new set of hards on. He'd only used 40% of fuel.
He needed a Coke, that's why he did.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Fishtail up the inside of Gloss.
Fishtail into the lead here, but I think that Mercedes should have the...
Is Gloss going to send it through the bus stop?
No, I think Gloss will sit behind, yeah. He does the right thing, he sits behind, and I think he'll try and use that Mert power to suck up the back of Fishtail.
Yeah, but he's got Zaskar here now. Zaskar's arrived on the scene.
I did invite all these other commentators, didn't I?
Zaskar's not looking to bump here. It's not going to work whilst Gloss is in Fishtail's slipstream. Oh, this will be a send if Gloss can get this stick. Oh, Zaskar up the inside of Gloss. What a move that was. I don't think that was intentional. I think Gloss caught him out there when he braked.
You know, these two will try and work together to get away as well. That's a little team.
It's an American 1-2-3 at the moment.
It is, in an American track. Then Ron there. Harsh now up into 5th. Great drive from Harsh so far to get himself there, but he is 10.2 seconds off the back of Ron at the minute. I'll tell you, Ron has not dropped far off the back of these as I thought he was going to.
No, he's had a solid drive. I think that Lambo's really working for him at the moment. But now Fishtail and Zaskar are past Gloss. Will they pull away? Will Gloss stick with them? As I said, the FR cars will be a lot faster through the bus stop, so he should close up there. Zaskar's closed up onto the back of Fishtail. Oh, Gloss picked up a penalty.
Oh, not again. He did that. He's done that a few times now in the last couple of weeks.
And Ron.
Ron as well.
Yeah, Gloss got a second, Ron got half.
That's let them two at the front go now. That is a massive advantage for those two at the front now if they continue to work together and push each other forward without Gloss being in that slipstream. The thing is, they cannot hold each other up though. They have to be clever here. If Zaskar's faster than Fishtail and they are in the same party together, we may see a swap of leader.
As Fishtail hasn't won a race this season. Maybe Zas will push him along. I don't know. They are in the same racing team. Just see if that means that Gloss can catch back up. Obviously, Gloss also, same story as what I had last week, already killing his front tyres.
All these FR cars super heavy on the tyre wear.
Not any gaps further down the field. A smack on the back of Jay as well, up for P6.
I don't know if I saw Jay have a little issue earlier coming out of T1, you know, when Airman had his incident.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I've caught in the background Jay having an issue as well.
He's had one this lap, he's 4.5 seconds down. That's how Harj has pulled such a big gap, I think. I've got to say, I mean, Zaskar's pace over the second half of this season, but this season overall has been so close.
Yeah, Zaskar's had phenomenal pace, but like I keep saying, he's in second, but he's just silently got there, hasn't he? But then the last few weeks he's been right in the mix. He's had some great battles with Apex. Obviously last week he jumped in the pro race and was right in there with the...
He's racing like George Russell has this F1 season.
So we're calling Zaskar the George Russell of the GT class?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's consistently there, consistently picking up points.
And we are now joined by our Pro Championship winner, most hated man in ERL.
Evening, chat.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. What I missed, I had to jump off and do something around at lap 8. Anything happened?
We've had a couple of incidents.
Change for the lead.
Fish and Zaskar are now have pulled away from Gloss a bit as he gave himself the penalty, so we've realised that nearly half the field is running the same livery.
Yeah, I did see that on the stream, yeah. It's a bit confusing.
Even the Lamborghini of Ron is running the mellow yellow livery.
Ronnie's having a solid race at the moment.
Ronnie's having a great race at the minute. He's managed to extend the gap again to Harj, you know. A minute ago that was 8.3 or 4 seconds. He's now managed to get it back up to 9.1. Solid drive here in the Lamborghini.
Look at his times as well, are really consistent, other than lap 11.
That was, he had a penalty though, didn't he?
Oh,
he had
yeah,
that 0.5 at the same time as Gloss.
Oh, a bit squirrely out the bus stop there. Harj had a good recovery.
Yeah, Harj was dead last off the start. He spun onto the grass.
I think he spun in the same place that he span in the pro race.
Consistency is key.
T1's so easy to go though, isn't it? With that little bump in the middle of it.
I don't think that's the consistency he's looking for, though, Boosted, I'll be honest. Who else have we got? So, we've got Smack just starting to drop outside of the slipstream of J now.
Shippo still hasn't repaired that damage on that car. He's still soldiering on with it damaged. Jake has managed to get back in front of him now.
Did Jake fuel when he picked for his damage? Because he's already killed quite a lot of his fuel. We know that tank's not very big, but I didn't think it was that small.
What's the fuel like in the cars around him?
Yeah, but he's pitted, he had damage.
Ah, he's fueled already.
Yeah, he must have fueled.
He's right on the back of Tom here. We know that Citroen has really got the tank of a toddler.
But the inside, Tom was more than generous enough then with space.
Daskar and Fishtail still running in formation.
MC down in 12th.
She just saw her serve a penalty a second ago, a 1 second penalty.
How much more fuel she's got than everyone else, so that car is still solid at
I'll tell you, nobody knows that car better than the man commentating with us at the minute after last season.
Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be though. I tried it for testing for season 4 and it just seems to be a bit of an understeer machine now. So it's kind of off my checklist, to be fair.
Panda catching up with her now. Oh, she
Apex.
got a little Guns and Roses livery on that car.
Let's jump back up to the front. These two still in formation, holding positions at the moment. 2 temps between them.
Tom Shippo now in front of Tom. And in 8th, having a quiet drive now after his incident earlier, but obviously we know he's testing the no traction control, even with the hard tyre. Smack in 7th, Jay in 6th, Harj up, still in 5th. He's only pulled a small amount in on Ron in the last few laps.
As I said, Ron's been really consistent. Just
The
jump
gap
back
to Gloss is steady and is sort of steady at the minute. Flutters between 4.3 and 4.7 as the laps go on. Yeah,
I think Zaskar's playing the long game here. We know he's got extreme pace around this track. We've seen that last week. So
look how much fuel he's got in comparison to Fishtail. Just sitting in his slipstream, using him, letting him break the air for him at the front.
Jake's picked up a penalty, so he might find himself back behind Ship. Jump back up to the front.
Joined by another one of our pro drivers, Asriel. How are we? Hello, how are we? Yep.
Loud and clear. Have you watched any of the stream yet? Your boys 1 and 2. Is this what you expect? Is this the tight ship that you run on IOR2? Asriel, the guys said they can't hear you. Have you shared your audio again? One moment, and Asriel will be back with us.
They've extended now, second this lap. 5.3 seconds now to Gloss. It's so hard when you're running around on your own though, isn't it? And the other drivers around you are running in a pair.
Yeah, it's slipstream, isn't it? All the way. Slipstream bunker.
Look how much less fuel Gloss has got as well, especially to Zaskar. Zas has a lot more fuel. Look at the mileage difference between Fishtail and Zaskar's car. Fishtail's has done 10,800 miles. Zaskar's done 2,700.
Barely
I know which one I'm going off Auto Trader at the end of this.
Has Zaskar used this Porsche all season then? Because my Porsche had like 5,000 miles on it. And I bought it brand new for the season.
He might have brought another one mid-season, to be fair.
He's saving fuel. Look, he's coasting all the way through some of these corners.
He's getting dragged along by Fishtail's slip, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he'll wait until maybe build a gap against Gloss and then maybe around lap 40, 50 he'll go for it.
Yeah, Ron is still managing to hold over 8 seconds on Harge here. What a drive from Ron this is.
That rear right tyre though is starting to go now.
Another member of the mellow yellow crew. Yeah, that rear does not look friendly at all. And to be fair,
back of Smack.
If I was aiming here on the hards, I wouldn't change tyres during the pits. I'd leave them on for 2 stints. Because the hards are notoriously hard to warm up.
So you're saying just leave them on?
I'd leave them on for 2 stints. I reckon they can do 2 stints, judging by that way. Plus, they'll already be nice and warm as soon as he comes out of the pits.
Plus, inside.
I got my audio figured out. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. I'll tell you, look at we were talking about Shippo's car fuel earlier. Lucky, have a look at his fuel compared to everybody else. Whether that's because he's running around with damage, but that is extremely. It's a lot worse than everybody else's.
He's holding some of them gears for quite a while as well.
I think you have to rev that Renault out. I'll tell you what though, Gloss's fuel isn't any better. Gloss has managed to work this gap back down to 4.7 though to Zaskar.
Yeah, I've been watching since the start, and I gotta say, Team IORT is putting on a clinic right now.
Well, the one thing that we're not happy about is they've all decided to pick the same livery. It makes it very.
I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
How long has Ron been part of that family as well? Because he's also running it.
I think that was a lucky coincidence, but I bet Z and Fish are probably both pretty happy and also very nervous right now.
To be honest, from what I saw of Z last week, I think Z is just cruising behind Fish here. I'll tell you what's going to happen here though. Z is going to jump Fish in the pits because he has a lot better fuel. Oh, Fish is gone. Fish is round in the second corner. Gloss into second. Fishtail's still not going yet.
Oh no!
He's off.
Disaster.
Filthy, hello, welcome to the stream.
Oh no, what a shame for Fishtail there, just saying how well they're both doing.
He's got no damage, that's the main thing.
No, it's just a spin, to be fair. He can work his way back up there. His tyres are in a lot better condition than Ron's behind him, and
he seems to have very similar pace to what Gloss was doing, so he can still catch Gloss back up. I mean, look at his times down the side, how consistent they are.
Yeah.
46, 6, 6, 5,
great
5,
great
2,
times.
5. So he's just got to work his way back up to Gloss.
What will do we think we'll see Zaskar pull the pin now? If he's got anything more to give, saying that we don't even know if he has, but
Yeah, he is gonna turn it on.
because he's not got that buffer now from being pulled along by Fish.
It's 2.3 seconds down.
Do you know why? I think that spin of Fish, he had to take evasive action to not hit the back of him.
Yeah, we'll soon see this next lap now, what kind of pace
Yeah,
he's got.
because he's lost a lot of time to Gloss, look. That was 5 seconds a minute ago. Over 5 seconds.
Yeah, 48.3.
This will be interesting now, but yeah, I think I caught the end of it. It looked like he had to take evasive action to avoid Fishtail. Oh, bit twitchy out of T1. Ron into the pits.
That must be the tyres.
It's a lap earlier than I'd want to go, but at least he can balance out now how much fuel he takes on board and can do a bit of adjustments now.
Well, he was running on his own, and he had a gap front and back, so if he takes it now, he's not really going to be in any danger from it.
Well, he's not going to have to fully fuel either, as if he fuels slightly less, he should be able to get that extra lap out of them tyres.
Shippo's got to be coming in this lap as well.
Yeah, they're gonna have to either add a lap, to one of their other stints, or fuel save later to make that work.
I think it's a tyre thing with Ron. That right rear tyre on that Lamborghini is wears quite heavily. Oh,
He's on the inside of Panda.
he's come out right onto the back of Panda here though. He's already passed Panda. That medium tyre should be hooking him right up. To be fair, I think Panda got out of the way of that a little bit, which is good to see. These Pro Boys not getting in the way of the GT class guys. Apex now slowly catching back up to the back of Panda here.
Yeah, that was 11 seconds not long ago.
Been a bad race for Apex so far.
Was that Ron
Yeah,
again?
did he pit and fix his damage?
Yeah, he didn't even move off the line to start with, which was super unlucky. Gloss is in,
Gloss
and then ran wide and hit the barrier before the oval.
Yeah, I was in the party with Apex at the start of the race, and he said for whatever reason his wheel or whatever just didn't respond, and then he was going down the straight and he was only hitting 160 instead of his normal 170, so we did a reset, and then he picked the damage up, and I asked him if he could do 22 lap stints, so he said yes, so I told him to pit the end of lap 6. So I think he's going to do 22 lap stints now until around lap 60, then he should be back on strat.
Yeah, if there's any car you can do it in, it is that McLaren, to be fair.
Well, Panda's picked his alliance with Ron. Is going to push him down the straight. MC's been left on the outside here.
I think Fishtail will be thinking about pitting soon. I think we may see Zaskar. He may pit or he may go an extra lap or two. We'll see.
Yeah, Zaskar's got loads of fuel left. 47.1
Gloss
is left.
coming out the pits now. Shippo's in.
Quite a few cars quite close together, to be fair.
Gloss has come out into clean air. That's a good slot for Gloss to come out there. He has come out directly into clean air. There is nobody anywhere near him. He's got 10 seconds in front of him. Jake's fuel is already into flashing again. That poor little baguette.
Haj has had a nice recovery.
Haj has had a great drive so far, yeah.
And still behind Smack at the moment as well.
Zaskar now 13 seconds in front of Fish. Zaskar's gone again. Will we see Fish dive left into the pits here? Or do you think he may try and go another lap? He's going again.
Gloss was already past him, so it's not. He's already lost the position to Gloss, but he's just hemorrhaging more time, I think, at the moment. Now Gloss has swapped to his fresh tyres.
Haj into the pits.
Yeah, I think going more than 20 laps on these mediums, unless you're trying to do a quick stint at the end on the softs, is, if anything, going to cost you time. I think you gain more time by saving fuel and having a quicker pit stop than staying out on track on the worn tyres, because you just bleed lap time.
Depends where you are, though. If you're in a train of people with slipstream, then you'll be better off staying in that train, I'd imagine, wouldn't you? If you're in a pack of 3 or 4 cars, and you tail off and have to do an outlap with no slipstream, you can still get jumped.
I don't know, I think the undercut here, though, is still quite powerful. We'll soon find out. Did anyone see the gap between Haj and Fishtail before he pitted?
9 seconds. There is an absolute gaggle of cars coming around turn 1 at the moment. Tom's still yet to pit in P5.
Haj has come out behind Apex. That's interesting considering Apex has already pitted. He's pitted as well. Haj has pitted and he's come out behind Apex.
It's a little bit of inside information. So Fish had been doing the whole season in VR, and at some point he decided that it was holding him back, so he switched to not VR. I think he's been adjusting. Yeah,
he seems to have found his pace again. The Fish is into the pits now. Zaskar goes another lap. This will be interesting to see. The power of the undercut.
Oh, evasive action from Panda. It was good to see.
Ron onto the back of Tom here.
I think Ron might jump Fish.
What a drive from Ron this has been. Yeah, because Ron had 14 litres left of fuel.
Yeah, and obviously Fish had that spin.
Yeah.
Tom will be in this lap, I think.
Ron getting every inch of slip he could out of him there. This will be interesting to see now where Fish and Ron come out. But remember, Fish will cut the whole of the first corner. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close.
Fish on softs.
He's gone for a soft stint. Is that a mistake?
Well, it's fully fueled.
Apex wide into T1. Really wide into T1. Managed to recover it.
You got any inside information about that one, Azriel?
I think that's a mistake.
I'm a little confused by that decision.
Yeah,
I don't know how he's going to get softs to a full tank of fuel. I can't see it myself.
He's going to struggle to get his softs 10 laps, really, holding decent pace.
I think that's a big mistake there from Fish. I wonder if he's even noticed.
MC up the inside of Harsh.
Zaskar's into the pits now.
22 laps, solid stint there.
That is a great stint. Now if he just does
MC
20...
again. Still trying to get past Harsh. Come on Harsh, you're holding her up.
MC needs to start flashing them lights, let him know she's there.
Zaskar still had free fuel left as well, and he went a whole lap longer than...
He was way better off with fuel, but you got to remember he's used Fish for the whole of that first stint, really, didn't he? To drag him around down the straights and stuff.
What he's going to make sure of now is he doesn't underfuel, because obviously the game will calculate that he only used so much to do like 20 or 21 laps.
Yeah, because he was getting dragged around, and now he doesn't. To be fair, though, he didn't have that safety buffer for a good few laps, but I know what you mean. To be honest, I think it doesn't really matter. He's got that 2 laps to play with as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think Zaskar's going for... he must be. I think he's going to do continuous 22 lap stints because he's done 100% fuel again.
Then you...
He managed to extend the gap as well, even though he was running around on them.
I think that's a huge mistake from Fish.
Unless he knows something we don't, I'll be very surprised if he can get them tyres.
I could have understood it if he hadn't have fully fueled.
Or if he's just going to steal Zaskar's fastest lap point.
Yeah, knowing that Zaskar's not going to do a soft stint.
It's a bit early in the race to do that, but...
I think Zaskar will do a soft stint right at the end. I reckon he'll do 22 lap stints all the way through until like lap 90, then you'll pit then for softs.
Well, if he gets a gap big enough, he'll have a free pit stop anyway.
He's only 5.7 seconds clear of Gloss.
Yeah, but we've got another 2 hours and 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, but
Fish going purple.
He hasn't pulled a lot on Gloss. That's pretty much what it was before the pit stops.
Quiet Bird will have a quick... Oh, Gloss has picked up another penalty. So we've got Zaskar in P1. 5.8 seconds behind Gloss, who's about to serve his penalty, so that's going to go up to about, what, 7.5 seconds maybe? Maybe even more. Fishtail in P3 on softs. Again, interested to see how this works for him. Ron in P4. Panda P5. Apex in P6 with Harsh behind, flashing his lights in the other McLaren. Jay in P8. Airman in P9. Airman did change tyres, by the way, boosted. Smack in P10. Come back out on mediums. Jake in P11. That's pretty solid, that is, considering he's already done 2 pit stops, to be fair. Shippo in P12. Tom P13. And MC P14. Only 4 seconds off the back of Tom. And I think over the last few laps, MC's pace has been slightly better than Tom's, so that's one to watch. We'll come back to that one. Let's go back to our closest battle on track, which I think is Apex and Harsh still. So Apex is it should be losing time to Harsh now. He has less fuel, but he's got much more worn tyres. See how close he gets after the bus stop. Panda also closed in on the back of Ronnie. Smack's
Fish.
only... Go on.
Fish is slowly starting to close Gloss up now. 3.8 seconds the gap now between Fish and Gloss, which is what you would expect with him being on the softer tyre. Still no fastest lap for him though.
I think Panda said he was going to use no TC this race, so he's got it on now. I think he changed his mind.
Airman said he wasn't. Airman's not. Don't know if Panda said he was. So, come on then, as we've got a little bit of a lull in battles at the moment. So, Azrael, how do you think your season's gone? What are your plans for season 4? Are you going to tell anyone?
We know Azrael's a dark horse. He's not going to tell us anything. He's going to tell us he's running the Taylor Swift livery, and then he's going to break our hearts at round 1 when it doesn't come out.
I've been doing some practice with Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is a Supra for all the viewers, by the way.
You shouldn't have told him. Should have left him on a cliffhanger.
It's got to keep it PG. They don't know what practice we're on about.
You know, I picked a very challenging car, and while it was torture, you know, for most of the season, I do feel like I came out of the other end a better driver. You know, I learned a lot, so I am looking forward to driving a fast car.
You had some good races in there. To be fair, I was watching some of the old streams back the other day, and was it P3 qualified like Bathurst? Somehow, high speed track, and you managed to stick it on P3. That was solid lap. Yeah, I think the BRZ definitely is. It's a fast car. I just think it struggles a little bit as a race car, because whenever you get to a straight section of the track, you've got to have built the gap through the twisted bits. Any snaps, any slides, you lose any time, then you're just going to get gobbled up.
I'm really looking forward to podium as well. You know, when you have the whole field driving the same car, you know, it's an equalizer, and I'm really looking forward to competing, you know, in that kind of environment.
Something new for podium this year, so yeah, if anyone's interested, gone away from just Group 4, and we've replicated the Toyota, what's it called, the Kazoo Cup.
Kazoo Cup, yeah.
But with Honda, just so it's not completely the same. So
it's the Honda Yazoo Cup.
Honda Yazoo Cup. We've got some Honda road cars, some Honda race cars, everyone in the same car, so it'd be nice and interesting. I do think it'd be good, just to, I mean, we did the Focus RS Championship thing as well, and we had like some surprising winners in there, didn't we? I think even boosted it a little bit of Humble Pie a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the road cars. I always tend to struggle in road cars. Like Group 3, Group 2, Group 1 is more my forte. I'm not that fussed on Group 4 either, to be fair. But yeah, the road cars, I just can't get on with the brakes. Really struggle.
Shout out from Quiet Bird for you, Ashfield.
Oh, what? Right on. Hey, Quiet Bird.
Quiet Bird signed up. Is he going to do any racing, do you reckon, next season? Well, I can ask him. Quiet Bird, trying to sign him up for next season. Get a couple of extra championships on the go. Make IORT great again. Hold on. It's probably a bit political for a GT stream. Jake closing in now onto the back of Airman. We've also got another battle further up with Hard and Apex.
I do like the livery on the Baguette.
Oh,
yeah, the Hertz livery.
So speaking of Team IORT, we all tried out for Naughty League Racing, which has a season that's starting up. It's just a 3-race season, but it's highly competitive. There's numerous top 500,000 drivers in the world that compete. So we all did qualifying, and in order, in Split A, which is the fastest group, was me. then Alicos, then Fish, and then Smack. So Smack got into split one.
Fair play.
Congratulations, well done, guys.
He had a bit of a lull, didn't he? Sort of halfway through the season, but I think he's found his pace again now. He's been doing a lot better over the last few races.
Quiet Bird says he had his wing. The bird had its wing clipped, but I'll be returning soon.
Right, Harj is now 2 tenths behind Apex, and he's either going to go for a move, or these two are trying to work together to catch back up to Panda. Let's see what Harj does here.
Apex is well off strategy though. He's going to have to go in, isn't he? He's got no fuel at all, hardly.
Oh, he's going again. Harj isn't attacking. Harj has come out of the slipstream and not to catch him.
He knows he's going in though, doesn't he? They'll be in a party together. And he'll know he's going back in probably. He's going in at the end of this lap. Panda now onto the back of Ron. Right onto the back of Ron. Panda's going to be having to pit soon again as well. The gap between Fish and Gloss hasn't really come down, and I think he's used the advantage of that soft tyre now. And the gap to Zaskar to Gloss has stayed the same as well, 7.5 seconds since that penalty. Hasn't moved really at all.
Glass has been using that Merc all season. I think he has got to grips with it now. Yeah, I know he didn't like it at the beginning, but I think he has got to grips with it a bit now. I think the downside to that car is it's a bit thirsty, especially around a track like this.
Surely we're going to see Apex in the end of this lap.
How are Fish's soft tires looking?
They're not looking horrendous actually. I'd say 40% warm. He's gone purple. He's just about to set the fastest lap here.
Oh, they compared to Gloucester's.
They're about the same.
A lot.
Well,
no, they're worse.
they're worse.
They're a lot worse.
Well, he pitted on lap 21.
Oh, has Gloss just had another penalty here? Gloss has had a penalty here. Look.
Yeah.
Fish is right. He's going to be on the back of him here. Oh, he lost a bit of time there. Didn't quite get the fastest lap.
Don't think he will without the slipstream. Zaskar was sat behind Fish, weren't he? So.
Yeah, but he's done a 45.6 on the medium tyre compared to 45s on the softer tyre.
Gloss had a penalty there, but he only lost 4 tenths to Zaskar. So did Zaskar have one as well? 7.5 the gap was, wasn't it?
Yeah, he must have done it because he lost a lot to Fish. Zaskar must have had one. MC now in front of Gloss as a lapper, has got a penalty as well.
Gloss is doing very good consistent laps himself though, to be fair. It's a track that he likes though, this one is, isn't it?
Good drive from Gloss. He was having a great drive last week in the pro race as well until he spun in T1. Ron dude back up to 4th now. Solid drive from Ron this evening. That Lamborghini really suffering with its right tyre wear though, isn't it? Right rear.
Yeah. He's managed to pull a bit of a gap on Panda, hasn't he?
Panda's going to have to be pitting soon. That fuel light's starting to flash now.
Apex did go in, by the way.
Harj now only 1 second off the back of Panda, which would put him only 2 seconds off the back of Ron. Oh, Ron had a problem there, look.
Oh, so did Harj, have a bit of a wiggle. Some more cars close. Coming out of the bus stop.
Jay and Jay close to each other. And not far behind off the back of those guys either.
Boosted, your resident pro. What do you reckon to the guys on the hards? Do you reckon Panda in 5th is in a good spot with the extra grip that he'll have?
It's like I say, it's difficult to say because different tyres, different drivers, different pace. Personally, like I said, I would have stayed on that. I wouldn't have swapped the hards out at the pit stop. I would have put fuel in and gone again because I know the hards take a long time to warm up. Yeah, I think changing tyres just maybe slowed them down for a lap or two.
Do you not think, looking at the right rear of
watch-
Panda's tyres, though, that he would be able to do another stint on that set? Because it doesn't. That right rear looks pretty seriously worn to me.
I
Also-
didn't see.
He's
Panda's
over.
tyres.
He's 70% worn on the right rear.
Ooh, I know we're middle of talking about Panda's tyres, but Jake and Jay are having a cracking battle here with that first section, that midfield.
We
Jay
know Jake is the Ministry of Defence.
Jake managed to slip himself up
Yeah.
the inside, then the outside, then Jay got him back. It's a brilliant battle. Jay will be sat in Jake's slipstream now, though, so he'll be catching him again.
That Citroen is actually surprisingly quick in a straight line.
It's not actually a bad car. I did
It's only
test
about
it.
4 feet off the floor.
I did test it for this season at one point, but I didn't test it with tyre wear. And I'm really glad that I decided not to pick it.
Well, the fuel would have been the worst.
Yeah, it's got no fuel. I mean, Jake's done 2 stops and he's already
It'd be
got less
interesting
fuel
as a
than
sprint
Jake.
car. Be interesting as a sprint car.
Well, Jake used it in the sprint, didn't he? And he won.
Yeah, he's done well in the sprint. Horrible dashboard view though. I don't think for boosted that'd be any good for you.
No, I used to like the Citroen before I switched to VR, and then as soon as I got VR, I gave it a go, and you just can't see where you're going. It's like being inside an F-22, in it. It's like a fighter jet.
Someone's facing the wrong way.
MC with a spin. Oh, she's on the softer tyre as well. I didn't see her switch on. Didn't know she switched on to the softs. What a sound that car makes.
Zaskar he's extended a little bit on gloss, but not too much. Fisher hasn't got any closer either.
Just seen Panda jump into the pits. What is he doing? 30 lap stints or?
No, yeah.
No, he's pitted twice.
Yeah, I think he's trying. He said he'd do an extra stop to not interfere with the rest of the race. So I think he's done an extra stop.
To be fair, he was literally down to no fuel and no right rear tyre then. So the first time he went in super early.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 10, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't even think it was that, was it? Zaskar here, I think he's pacing himself because look at his tyre and his fuels in comparison to gloss.
He did go about 3 laps
Yeah.
later. It's free compound Quietbird for this race. 3 hours of Daytona. We won't mandate any tyres for anyone for that. Harsh right onto the back now, Ronnie. Is Harsh also in a mellow yellow livery, or is it just green and...
No, it's just green because he was trying to make it look like a Lamborghini at one stage, wasn't he? Because we didn't let him use the Lamborghini, so I said just put the Lambo stickers on it and confuse it. Fish, I'll tell you what, Fish, I'm surprised. He's managed to get these tyres quite a long way. He's still, I'd say, 70% worn on the right rear, and that's his worst tyre. But he has still got half a tank of fuel left. He'll be a lot shorter pit stop this time, but he definitely isn't going to get to lap 40 on him. I'll be shocked if he gets anywhere near that.
Oh, some of the liveries these guys make Quietbird are amazing, to be fair.
There's a lot of time going to a few of these. In fact, we've got one of a very good livery maker on stream with us at the minute, boosted.
I have a go.
Or Harsh is a bit deep.
Nobody's ever told him that before.
No. It's the first time for everything.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the compliment.
I'm right on the back of Jay now. I think Jay must have had a scruffy lap somewhere. Always wide out.
Also a bit wide.
Haas has a lot more fuel and much better tyres than Ron here. That Lambo is not the best on its fuel or its tyres, is it, by the looks of it? Well, saying that McLaren is really good on that sort of stuff. I think Haas, we may have... Oh, Ron's got a penalty.
Ron.
1 second penalty, that'll be Haas past here.
Oh, he was having such a good race. I think that's the first one he's had, though, in 32 laps, to be fair to him.
You got to think as well. You know Jake behind him is going to have to pit at least another 12 times. If you can use Harj now to tow him round a bit, I'm saying that Harj is already out the slip. Then penalties on that. The penalty on this game is just killer, isn't it?
I mean,
What?
having someone tow you around isn't it meant to be a faster driver?
Zaskar now nearly 9 seconds in front of Gloss.
I just think Harge has been struggling this season, hasn't he? He switched to the wheel and he's made a lot of progress since he switched. But again, it is a learning curve, and everyone's different. Everyone learns it at different paces.
Yeah, 100% compared to where he did his first race in Bathurst. This is a massive improvement.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think he's actually already more consistent on the wheel than he was on the pad.
Yeah, I think he's more consistent. I think he's just worrying about. He's just struggling with his pace a little bit more than anything. He's just trying to get himself back up there, and it takes a while. It's only 3 seasons.
Massive gap between Fish and Harge, but Fish is on a weird strategy now, isn't he, with that softer tyre? It could drag him back into Harge, to be fair, because if he goes back to mediums, he's going to have to tyre save, isn't he?
Yeah, to put himself back on track.
Yeah.
And now right 5/10 behind Jay. If he gets a good bus stop, he'll have a nice run into turn 1.
Honden's like our inside guy for air, isn't he?
Yeah. 3/10. This could be a move here into turn 1 on Jay. Little spark
2 BMs.
bouncing.
2 different BMs though. One's a sprint, one's a endurance. Jay won't make this easy for him.
Is there that much difference then between them? Because I've never really driven the BMWs.
The sprint seems faster in a straight line.
Yeah.
There-
Oh, I think
Endurance
the
is
sprint is a bit. I don't think it actually is. me and Air have pitted on the same lap so many times this season, and they've been no different.
Yeah, they're not different, other than I think the Sprint has a slightly smaller tank and no lights.
And Mad did all that work there to catch up to Jay. He went deep into turn 1. Don't know whether that's.
Oh,
been
Jake's wide. Jake's super wide then. I'll tell you what, he's caught Ron up though.
Yeah, but Jake will be in the pit soon.
I'll tell you what, he's not that far off Ron. He's not that far off matching Ron's tyres look like they're going quicker than.
Ron's on the back in the slipstream of Harge as well.
Nearly 10 seconds now, Zaskar at the front. And he has so much, he has nearly a quarter of a tank more fuel to Gloss at the minute. I'm impressed with Fish here. He's managed to drag these. Fish is into the pits.
So where do you think he's going to come out now? He should.
He's gonna come out behind Jake, isn't he?
He should. I reckon he won't come out until behind Jay.
He might not actually. He might come out in between because he's hasn't got to put as much fuel in, has he?
We stepped away from Eamon and Jay, and Eamon's managed to get past. I'm guessing Jay made a mistake.
He must have, yeah.
Too much stuff going on to watch at once.
Apex now onto the back of Panda as well. MC in the pits again. Oh, I think MC may have called it quits. Just sat in the pits at the minute. Nothing's going on.
These cars are extremely close up front now, with Jake, Ron, and Harge. Jake looks like he's the faster driver of the two, but with Harge in front in that McLaren. Ron's
Fishtail come out behind Jay and Airman.
I did think he would. It's quite a long pit stop, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought without putting so much fuel in though, he might have had a chance of getting out just in front.
Oh, Ronnie just hit the back of Jake there. I don't think it put him off too much.
Doesn't count. It's the Ministry of Defence. It's acceptable.
I don't know what Fish is going to do for the rest of this race.
Fish is really gonna have to try and tyre save, isn't he?
We just did 14 laps on the softs.
Yeah, I think he can get 22, 23 laps out of them.
Yeah, you definitely can.
That Porsche.
Alico's managed to do it, didn't he?
Where is Alicos actually?
I don't
He
know.
said he was going to pop in at some point.
He wanted to them boosted and Alicos to have a chat about their sprint cups. It was the only championship that went to the final race.
Yeah, that was a good championship, to be fair. Kept me on my toes.
It's interesting starting further back. You just got to fight your way through the field the whole time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it was like yesterday, I think, on the in the quali race, I went from 14th to like 3rd in the first lap.
Harsh is void T1, sorry.
But there's been other races where obviously it just takes ages and then Alicos runs away and yeah, be on the back foot going into the actual sprint.
Jake trying it around the outside of Harsh there. Oh, very loose.
That Citroen didn't look very nice there. Jake's gone from the Ministry of Defence to the Ministry of Attack at the minute.
MC's just joined the stream. She's going to have to bail out due to injury, is the best way to describe it. I don't think she's got 3 hours in her.
No, it's a long old race. It's a long old race. Jake right on the back of Harja.
Our Air Insiders said that Airman had a penalty and has fell back behind Fishtail. There's also another group. To be fair, compared to the pro race, there is a good few little battles going on here at the moment. Smack is back up to the back of Jay as well. Airman.
Oh, Jake up the inside of Harj, going into the bus stop. He backs out of it.
He'll have to slip now down this straight. He'll put Harj off just enough to be close.
Look how much lower that Citroen is to the McLaren when you look. Oh, Jake.
I don't think he's going to out-drag that McLaren. That McLaren's
no, that
fast.
McLaren between 5th and 6th is a fast car. He's getting the slide slip though. Is he going to try and push Harsh narrow here?
He's tried this move a few times. It hasn't quite worked for him.
It's bringing Ron onto the back of him again though. Zaskar 11.3 seconds clear now.
We've got a group of 3 cars just coming onto the back straight. Who's that? Chunk, and I'll stay with
coming onto the back straight. It's Shippo, Panda and Apex. Panda on brand new hards, Apex on pretty new mediums. Shippo is about ready to pit. Panda absolutely flashing Shippo to death.
I will flick back. We'll flick back now and we'll come back to
Panda's going to get round Shippo here. Panda has got trigger finger on the flash button. He's even next to Shippo and he's still... Ooh! That looked close then.
This battling's going to let Apex...
He's still flashing mid-corner. I reckon Panda's got somebody else in the room with him that just continuously hits the flash button for him. Azrael, as a fan of Panda's flashing, are you impressed by this strategy? You've been a victim to this, haven't you, I think?
I think there's a handful of people that I find flash me every time they're behind me, you know?
Do you think that's because you've declared to the whole lobby that you don't like being flashed?
Well, I think I said I would fly to Belgium and find Panda and we would hash it out in person. That's what I said.
You both get a pair of torches like an old Mexican standoff, walk off and then turn around and flash each other as fast as you can.
Here we go.
Ron and Jake into the pits together.
They might undercut Harsh here.
I tell you what, Smack's having a nice little drive here, you know. Sauntered his way up to 7th here. He's not far off the back of Air.
And the one car... The funny thing is, the car behind him is Shippo, and it's 8th place again.
Oh my god, Shippo, the T-Move version of Super GT.
Yeah, can't quite get 6th, he gets 8th instead.
And he's always near Smack. Gloss ain't going to be far off a pit stop here. I tell you, Gloss is... He's... fuel's flashing already. If he wants to stay on strat, he's going to have to drag this fuel out a little bit longer if he can.
Jake and Ron joining the back of this pack very shortly.
I don't think the Merc is the car to be fuel saving on. Harge up into third now. He's still quite a lot of fuel and half decent tyres left.
Yeah, Harge will be. I think Harge is fuel saving. Harge will go into the 40s this time. Starting to break up some of the groups now. Fishtail 9/10 off the back of Jay. Yeah, Panda's our resident raver, quiet bird. He flashes his lights in every race. Andy watches the stream, so every time you mention it, he does it more.
I'm back watching him now, so there we go, he's off again. Shippo's gonna be spitting feathers at this point. He's gonna be fuming. Panda's bumping him as well, so he's flashing him and bumping him, and he's not even trying to get past him. Oh, somebody's got no fuel here. Shippo. Shippo's completely out of fuel here as he goes into the pits. Panda's still flashing.
He timed that pretty good if he's only just ran out.
Yeah, I think Panda pushed him the last 20 foot.
He probably joined back in the bar. He was like, Panda, give me a push.
Apex is now in front of Panda. I think Panda's let Apex through so he can flash him to death. Smack looks like he's closing in on air to me here.
Shippo's going to have to do some fuel saving if he's going to try and make it.
Well, you've driven that Renault. You've had quite a lot of experience in that Renault, Azrael. Not the best on fuel or tyres. I think we're gathering.
It's not bad.
Lost him.
I don't think that it's worse than any other car, but you need to do a little bit of fuel saving on this to do stop. And it didn't look like Shippo's been doing that.
Panda in the chat, blinded by the lights.
Gloss into the pits here, really low on fuel.
Fishtail slightly getting closer and closer to Jay, 6/10 now.
Gloss is obviously going to... Where do we think Gloss is going to come out here? Do we think he's going to come out?
Gloss is going to
in
come
front
out
or behind Fish?
Behind, he's going to come out behind Smack, I think. Nah, maybe behind Airman, maybe. In between. No.
No, he's still going. We will cut the whole of T1, remember, though. No, he's come out behind. Is that a Smack? I see...
He's come out
no, he's come out
right
just in front of Air.
Airman.
Just in front of Air. Air's going to get past him here.
Yep, job done
He
from
needs to
Airman.
be careful getting those tyres warm.
Airman's coming in the next couple of laps though with that fuel. Probably this lap to be fair. Oh, Fishtail as well. 2 temps behind Jay. Nice fresh mediums compared to Jay's old ones. Maybe that was Fishtail's strategy. Maybe it was to purposely go off. So whenever he's attacking,
he's going to be difficult for him to jump to get that tyre advantage back though. Back on strategy.
Joined by Alicos, second place Sprint Cup driver. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Too bad, thank you.
Hey, Alicos.
How many people can we possibly fit in comms in one race?
We're having a party, man.
Yeah. It's like you're getting your buddies together, watching the game together, you know.
Can we invite our mate from the 24 Hours of Daytona? Can we invite him as well? Because he was delightful.
Only if he brings his barbecue.
Yeah.
Have you been watching this, Alicos?
Yeah, just here and there. I was finishing up with work. I wasn't gonna, try and get done as early as I did. I took my time today.
So Fishtail has jumped Gloss by 4.5 seconds now.
But Fishtail's not. He's slightly off strategy, isn't he? By probably 7-8 laps. Harge in the pits here. Jay in the pits. Airman's coming to the pits with 0 fuel.
And Smack is now in 4th. There you
Great
go, Quiet
drive from
Bird.
Smack that is.
You've been cheering him on in the chat.
I haven't. I've just been looking here and there, but we got 2 of them. We got Quiet Bird and Azteca in here. We got the IRT gang all here.
It's basically, it's like it's a stream for you guys at the moment.
We're just taking over.
Harsh has come out behind Jake, but Jake has already used nearly a quarter of tank of fuel in the 2 laps he's been out the pits.
Jake is coming up to the, well, he is on the back of Apex, and then you got Harsh, Ronnie, and Panda in a little group as well.
Apex is quite a lot of strategy as well, though, isn't he?
Go on, Race Engineer Boosted. When we're going to see Apex in next?
He pitted lap 28, didn't he? So I think you'll be in around lap 50. Be in around lap 50. I think you'll carry on the 22 lap stints until around lap 80, will it be? I think. To get back onto the strat.
So it was Apex and one other driver that had damage at the beginning? Shippo, wasn't
there was
it?
quite a few. Shippo had it, well. Tom had it, Jake had it. Jake is purple at the minute on this lap.
He's sat in Apex's slip string.
Yeah, that's going to help him. I can't see him losing any time through this last bit, being dragged along by Apex. But I think we're going to see him move on Apex here from Jake into T1 in the Cadillac Baguette. No, still not the fastest lap though.
Pulled out the slipstream last minute, though, didn't it? He's gone.
Oh, he looks wide. He looks
deep
wide
again. He's tried that move now about 3 times, and every time he's tried it, he's gone deep.
It is horrible out there because you get the marbles, don't you? The dirty part of the track when you're trying to slow down. The guys behind look like they're having a great battle as well. Harsh, Ron is right on the back of Harsh here, and so is Panda.
Harsh managed to drag them tyres out quite far, though. I think this is only his first lap since the pit.
Yeah, that Lamborghini I think is really good at the beginning of its tyre wear cycle and then tails off at the end.
Quiet Bird says IROT 1234. We actually we tried getting Gloss in. He was in for a little bit and then he ended up leaving.
You can tell Gloss is in him because he hasn't got the mellow yellow.
Yeah.
That's what lets us know that you're a IRT member.
It's a prerequisite of joining.
I mean, we've adopted Gloss somewhere down the adopted Ron as he's running the old mellow yellow Lamborghini.
I feel like that was just a coincidence.
I mean, what are the chances of that? I've never even heard of mellow yellow.
It's a Daytona thing.
Oh, here he comes. Ronnie's going to be past Harsh here.
Whoa! He was swerving a lot there.
Oh, Panda! Oh my god, look at these 3.
We've got Jake on the outside of Apex again, and then we'll switch back to the 3 behind.
Smack into the pitch, you've got Ron on the outside of Harsh here. Panda, don't go too wide one, because Panda's going to throw that up the inside.
Jake keeps it on track this time.
All Ron's wide. Manages to get it back on track. Panda all over the back of Ron here. Panda's going to be up the inside here.
I think Panda's here just having a...
Yeah, I think he's having a bit of fun, isn't he?
Quiet Bird said, stop shouting, Alicos. I'm really excited. Something like that,
Okay.
So you may want to lower your mic volume just a tinge.
Yeah, I moved the mic away from my face as well.
So checking on our leader. 5th, that can't be right.
He hasn't pitted.
He hasn't pitted. He hasn't pitted.
Oh, woof.
Yeah, Zaskar will be into the pits at the end of this lap now.
I think Boosters just flew over to America because we said he couldn't race. 55
I've actually signed in on Zaskar's account.
So we've been waiting for you, Alicos, to talk about your sprint cup with Boosted.
I mean, after Tri-Oval, I pretty much figured it was over, so I didn't really put too much stock in the last race. But I mean, it was a great season. I think both of us, since each of us won or missed a race, each of us was like, if we wouldn't have missed that one race. But it's like, it was even between us two. So, I mean, I'm just happy to have brought it to the last race. I think I can be proud of that.
It was the only championship that went there.
Yeah.
I found it quite sneaky as well, though, because I'm not sure if sneaky is the right word, but I didn't even recognise the title or the championship threat until like around round 8, round 7, and you just kind of appeared out of nowhere. So yeah, that was because I always used to just mainly practice for the GT Pro race. I never really did any practice for the sprint, and then all of a sudden he was banging on the door, so I was like, oh right, okay.
Well, I won the first race, which you weren't there for. And then I didn't win another race until Brands Hatch. So that whole time you were probably just like, okay, he's just being really consistent, but he's not like getting P1s or anything. And then I won like 4 or 5 races in the next like 8 or whatever, and then it was like, okay, I've got a chance.
Yeah, I don't even remember missing the first race. I think because this was really my first proper full season with the ERL. I didn't realise the sprint was on the Saturday, and obviously I was just concentrating on the Sunday. So I think that's why I missed the first sprint race.
Why don't you forget the sprint and the elite next year then?
Yeah, Azteca still says I'm too loud. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Unless there's some way to do it from your side, I'm gonna try and figure it out.
You sound fine to me, man.
Yeah, you sound fine.
You might have it switched on your, on your settings. You might have it set more towards party chat or something.
I've turned you down in my parties. Maybe that helps.
Maybe. Well, because I've done comms before and it hasn't been an issue, so.
Oh, Ronnie on the inside of Harsh. Harsh looks like he's letting him through, yeah.
Just wanted to have a look at that Lambo, didn't he? He's reminiscing for next year.
Harsh is missing it, yeah. Oh, Ron Lloyd again there.
Next season, I mean.
I know I keep saying next year, but it's literally like a few weeks away.
2 months away.
What car are you thinking for next season, Alicos, or are you keeping it close to your chest? Or are you going to stay in the Porsche?
Probably. If I wasn't, I would probably go with the NSX.
Do you not fancy the
I like the
Lexus
Corvette a
either?
lot,
You've
but
got
it's not good for endurance. I'm kind of considering it for sprint.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of NSXs and a lot of Porsches as long as none of them get nerfed in the bop changes coming up.
Yeah.
I'm going M6 Sprint and M6 Endurance. I've absolutely loved driving them this season.
I
think you should take Azriel's cars. You should go Renault BRZ.
I've been doing a bit of testing in the BRZ, funnily enough, and me and Lucky was on last night doing a couple of races and a bit of testing, and yeah, the BRZ it's obviously not a fast car. There's certain tracks it doesn't do too bad at, but yeah, on tracks like this, I think the most I could get out of it was a 45-1 on softs, compared to the Porsche, which is like a 43, 43.6 I could do. It's massively off the pace. But like at Spa, I was only 2/10 off my time in the Porsche, so yeah,
it's got to have those high-speed corners to make up the time.
Yeah,
and there's not any high-speed corners here, so.
I tried driving in the Porsche last night, and I think because I've done so much driving in the BRZ this last week, I've already started to adapt my driving style, and I was really struggling in the Porsche. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but yeah, the BRZ is definitely on the list for next season.
I've actually, well, all 5 of us in the league for the IRT, we have another league this weekend where we're doing the Aston, and I was playing around with that a little bit. That one's
Ronnie's
interesting. I'm impressed with all the people that use that for IRO.
It's heavy on tyre wear, isn't it? I think from what SH was saying last season when he used it.
You've gotten over the massive understeering?
That's the problem with it, is the understeer.
Yeah, I did try that. I found it very understeering.
And we're doing
Yeah,
it at Dragon Trail Seaside, which is like all high-speed corners.
Oh,
so
that'll
it's
be
just
super
gonna be
fun through there.
understeer central.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hate cars with understeer. I love cars with like oversteer into the corner on the brakes. And yeah, the even the NSX though, I find it's so well hooked up on the rear on exit. If you put the power down too early, like you would say in the Porsche, you don't get that rear slip, so it just hunks down and just washes out wide.
Well, I feel
Yeah.
like the 911 still is. I mean, a lot of people say it's really unstable, but it just feels just right to me. That's
I
just.
think it's the braking that's unstable, isn't it? It's a totally
Yeah.
different way to brake, isn't it, using the Porsche?
I've been practicing in the Porsche. I've managed to do some.
You're going back in the Lexus,
Oh,
you haven't got a
please,
choice.
Not after it's nerf.
You're in the M6 Endurance, the M6 Endurance, and the BRZ. That's it.
Not after it's nerf. I
And
don't like
Boosted
staying
is
the same
going in a
car.
Group 4 car.
Quietbird says he's using a cart.
Quietbird also said he hopes the Porsche gets buffed, and I just ignored that comment as it's
Buffed?
it's the best car.
It doesn't need a buff.
It's won every single one of our
It
championships.
wouldn't surprise me with PD, to be fair. Let's buff the best car and let's nerf something that's terrible.
I predict that we're going to see some positive changes to the FR class.
Oh, we've got after the last one. The last one's killed all the competitive FR cars. So what was it? The Nissan, the Lexus, the BMW.
Yeah, all three of them got horsepower
All
nerfs.
the Supra, even though the Supra's still stupidly fast for some reason. But they all got nerfs in the last buff update, and they are just kind of not usable against the topper end of the MR class.
Yeah, I think if you want to be competitive over the season, I think realistically you need to be in an MR car purely because of the tyre wear. I think obviously if the tyres are worn on the rear, it's still a lot easier to control into a corner than if they're worn on the front. And the FR cars are just destroying their front tyres.
And I guess if you did do an F car, you would want something that is a little bit more rear biased, something like the Corvette. I think it has like a 50-50 weight balance.
It's
so that
still
you're just
so
not killing those front
understeery though.
Yeah,
Corvette is
but
so
at least you're not
understeering.
killing your tires so much.
No.
I'll tell you what I've been messing with recently, and I expect it to get nerfed if I picked it, is the Jag.
See, I found that super pushy when I used it. I didn't
Yeah,
like
me
it.
too.
I found the Jag, how did I describe it to Gloss? It's like the Corvette, but more pointy.
Yeah, it's all down to your driving style. I think like if your driving style is you like to brake into the corner and then coast and then get back on the power, you'll do okay in understeery cars. But if you like to get off the brake straight onto the throttle, you need a car that's got a bit of more rotation on the rear on exit. Otherwise, you're just going to keep on washing out wide. And I think that's where the difference between the drivers using MR cars who prefer them and the drivers who prefer FR cars comes to.
Quietbird's got a question. Shoot, Quietbird.
Yeah.
Can you kick boosted from... Yeah, no problem.
There is actually, like, I can't believe we're an hour and a half into this, and there is groups of cars everywhere. Like, we haven't spoke too much about the racing, but I keep flicking through to just different
yeah.
battles. Now we've got Ron. No. Ron's still just ahead of Harsh. Panda's dropped off suddenly.
Gloss is starting to close fishing now. It's down to 1.7. It was 2.4 a couple of laps ago. So he's slowly starting to pull him in now.
So Quietbird's question was, and we'll go around the room if we want like a better word. Would you like to see more tracks or circuits, or more new and updated GT cars? Chunk, you can answer first.
Oh, that's so difficult. But I think at the minute I'd rather see updated later GT cars.
Boosted.
Again, that's difficult. I mean, in a perfect world, you'd want a 50-50 split between the two. But I think I'd rather have new tracks. Because there's so many amazing tracks around the world that this game just doesn't incorporate into it. Like Silverstone, Sebring, you've got, what do you call it, I can't think of the name of it now. left me. But yeah, there's so many different tracks that could be put in this game, and I really think it'd give a fresh look on the game as well, especially in the sport mode, instead of using the same tracks over and over again.
Alikos?
Tracks 100% for me. I don't really care all that much what car it is. I mean, we already got like 50 GR3s, so I as long as there's a good balance, which they can't figure out already, then I don't care. But Road America, bring Road America to the game.
Azrael, your view?
Yeah, I'm with Alikos. I want more tracks.
I think I'm on more tracks, but do a better job of balancing the cars we've already got. Because at the moment,
Yeah.
there's enough cars, and there is a lot of like Group 3, Group 4 cars. Group 2 and Group 1 are a bit sparse, but there is enough cars in the game. But there's only ever 10, 12 that really are viable, and I think that closes the game off. Harsh got a penalty.
Yeah, you can add another 30 GR3s to the game if you just balance them.
Yeah,
because
it's
nobody
like
uses it.
Yeah, it's like the Z4. I mean, like that's a car I don't think anyone ever really thinks about using. And yeah, it's I think it could be a decent car if they just bopped it, to be with the rest of them. Like you got the M3. Again, that's another decent one. The Audis, it's got decent pace, but the tyre wear is horrendous. Yeah, I think like you said, they hit the nail on the head. Just equal out the Group 3 cars, and we'll have 40 cars to pick from, or 50 cars instead of 10.
I mean, the Jag, I picked the Jag for manufacturers, and I only managed to get one round in. I think I finished third in a decent split lobby. It was 250 odd points or whatever. I was first in. What's the first three categories you get? Is it region,
local,
regional, and manufacturer? I was first in all three because there's only about 4 people that picked it because it's just not used anymore.
I would have said tracks if they just made these cars usable, but they're not, and I just think you're in 2025 and we're still getting cars that are from 2018 and 19.
Yeah.
The game completely needs a refresh, to be honest. You've got games like Le Mans Ultimate and stuff like that. If that sort of stuff starts coming to console, I think Gran Turismo may be in trouble on the GT side of things.
Yeah,
like I look back to like I used to play a lot of Forza Motorsport 4 on Xbox a couple of years and years ago, and like obviously they still do now. They have DLC packs to come out, and obviously Turn 10 make them pay for it, whereas PD give us our updates for free. But I think a lot of people would still be happy, say like every 2 or 3 months for a DLC pack to come out. You've got to pay like £5 for or something like that along those lines for brand new cars.
I would absolutely pay for new tracks. Like, we need to start a fund for them to make new tracks. Apparently,
GoFundMe.
Because
to be honest, it seems like they don't listen. Seems like to me they don't listen to anybody. To be fair, they've got the guys who race World Series levels and that, and massive streamers who have been bashing on about this since release of the game. Bigger lobbies, more tracks, better balancing, and it just never seems to happen. They're too busy putting cars in the game that nobody wants to use.
They'd rather put in 50 different escapes locations.
I think Panda would be upset because that Unimog was a great addition. Everyone wanted. I heard the calls for the Unimog.
Oh, since Azteca is saying it, they're listing a million tracks that they should add. I was thinking Quinn Rig Motegi. That would be a sick track to have.
There's so many tracks they can bring in. It's just I think the whole game just needs to be shifted.
I think it's clear that. Well, I say it's clear. It's hard to say, but we only use this game for the. I have a little spin for the GT side of it. Realistically, we're not doing too much road stuff, but there will be a massive following behind the road cars as well. Maybe they do something kind of like what Forza did, and split between like the open world and the track games. Maybe if they split them out a little bit. You know how sport was a lot more racing focused than maybe they could do something like that.
But that seems to me what AC Evo's going to be, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's
going to have your open world experience where you can drive whatever, and you're also going to have that really, really good racing category behind it.
In the last 3 or 4 years, the sim racing world is like there's a lot of competition now. I think I've said to you all in the past, like if I had a dedicated TV monitor, because I only use my PS5 with the VR, but if I had a dedicated TV monitor, I wouldn't play Gran Turismo. I'd purely be on ACC, and even if ACC on PS5 had VR support, I would probably just use that. I wouldn't bother with Gran Turismo. But yeah, it's like, you know, you got ACC
How much is
Evo
it?
now.
How much is a monitor? Because I reckon
I've just ordered one.
I could
Funny
just
enough,
scramble
I've just
something.
I've just sent one to his house. You'll have it tomorrow, Boosted. It's on 24-hour delivery, mate. Enjoy ACC. We'll see you later, mate.
Come on, guys. We can have a battle for the championship next season now.
But like no, like say like obviously ACC Evo or AC Evo, that's going to be eventually filtering its way into consoles. Obviously you've got Forza making their debut on PS5 with Horizon 5 coming. Yeah, I just think PD really need to pull their finger out now and try and get something fresh going with this game. Otherwise, it's just going to decline, and yeah, the gaming force is just going to disappear to other titles.
I honestly think, to be honest, the way sim racing's going at the minute, it's going to become a PC sort of. To go forward, everyone's going to have a PC, because like AC Evo is going to come out on PC, and it's going to be like ACC. It's going to be 12, 18 months old, 2 years old before it comes to console. There'll be no updates, no modding. I think sim racing at the minute is getting so powerful, it's just going towards the way of the PC.
I will say, the only hope, or one of the hopes that we've got potentially, is I don't know if anyone's seen that Gran Turismo's canned the PC support they were going to do for it. So
Yeah,
if they're taking away the resource to create a PC section of Gran Turismo, maybe they're pouring more into GTA to add all this stuff in. Hopefully.
I think the main reason they've pulled the plug on the PC version is because what Xbox announced. They announced that I think Xbox has realised they've lost the console war. Hence why a lot of the only original titles of Xbox is coming to PlayStation. But Xbox have announced their next gaming console is going to be more like a PC than ever. It's even going to have Steam on it.
So you'll be able to run iRacing and all stuff like that through Xbox. Yeah. Very clever.
So I think that's the next way they're going to go. And obviously, Xbox is Microsoft, so they've already got a massive stand in the PC systems.
It'll be a condensed PC, won't it? Is what it'll be. Yeah, it'll be a condensed PC. Yeah.
And if they create it with a way of like changing out parts for better parts in the future, instead of having to bring out a whole new console, instead just bring out a new graphics driver, a new graphics cards, new CPUs and stuff along that lines, it's future-proofed as well. So I think they could absolutely, destroy the market.
I think they will. I was saying that to somebody the other day that they could be really clever here and create a miniature PC, really. With all the way PCs are going at the minute, and they don't have to take up a lot of room and stuff like that, they can really corner the market with Microsoft there.
Panda about to get lapped here by
I did see Sony, PlayStation have taken a massive games creator, haven't they, over? You know, the guys who create Metal Gear Solid and stuff? I think they've just taken control of all their games, and they're on about doing all remakes. I'm sure I read that yesterday.
Is that Zascar that's coming up behind him?
Yeah, Zascar's on the back of Panda.
Let's hope we don't see a repeat of the sprint. Panda almost took Z-Car out on the last lap. Or the lap before.
I don't think Panda would do that. Panda catching up to the back of Shippo as well there.
Who's that behind Panda now?
Zascar.
Will Panda just let him go, or would he fight him?
I think Panda will.
Yeah, he needs to let him go, yeah.
You proved me wrong. He did ask us earlier what we think of Panda on the stream whilst racing. You've gone up in my estimation.
Oh, he's wide, he's wide. Oh, he did well to hold there.
Neither of them really have anything to fight for in the championship, because obviously Panda's the...
Jake is about to dive into the pits again here. Fish is not far behind him here, but Fish looks like he's managed to gain a couple of those laps back He lost.
Gloss got past Fish as well.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I
Gloss is in
completely
front of
forgot.
Fish now, and I don't know where. And he's pulled 7.8 seconds clear. Did Fish have another accident?
I can't. He's got no damage. He has had a no.
He's 57. He's had a 1 minute 57.
Yeah.
That must have been an
bad.
incident. Yeah.
Jake's 22 seconds clear of Harsh, so he'll come out not too far behind. Oh no, he's already gone past.
I mean, Jake's doing brilliant here. Consider how much fuel he's having to put in continuously.
He's
Right.
pitting like twice to everybody's one stop.
Jake
Saying
is
that
the
though, it can't
fastest
take a
driver.
lot. It can't take a lot of time to put 6 litres in a car.
How many laps is he doing per stint though? Because would it be worth him jumping on softs?
Where's he gone?
We came in on 54, I guess, so 18.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
That
happened?
might have been pit line right there.
That was like his controller died. He weren't on the throttle or anything.
No, he seems to be okay now.
Or he just wasn't looking as he come out of the pits. Didn't
I
have
think
it
he
in
might
his
have a
hand.
bit of, yeah, a bit of a surprise. I think Smack's right on him, so
Yeah.
Look at the difference between Zaskar and Gloss's fuel. It's over quarter of a tank now with Z dragging these stints out. Zaskar's going to do a soft stint here and at the end by the looks of it.
Yeah.
how's Apex getting on his other
He's got
strategy?
himself
What?
up to 10th now. He's just pitted, so he is dragging it back steadily.
We'll fly down the field just so we can see where everyone is. So we have Zaskar in first, 14 seconds clear of Glass, followed by Fishtail. These three, you know, relatively close, and then a big gap back then to Harsh. Ron in fifth, solid drive by Ron. I think he'll be in the pits very soon, looking at his tyres and fuel. Jay in sixth does have a penalty, so he's going to start falling back towards Airman again. Airman in seventh, no TC, hard tyres. I think he'd be quite happy with where he is at the moment. Jake just come out of the pits in eighth. Smack in ninth. Apex in 10th, and kind of not too far off strategy as well now. Shippo in 11th. Panda in 12th, right on the back of Shippo. And Tom in 13th.
You're gonna see some more flashing. Panda and Chippo.
I think Panda's purposely oh, is that Harsh going deep? Oh no, it kept it in the lines.
I think he must have like a bit of blue tack on his button that does the flash. Do you know what I mean? He sticks it on at the start of the race and just leaves it.
Maybe somebody's wired it up to his accelerator pedal as a joke.
Maybe he knows his car. Or he already knows his car is underweight.
Fish is going to
Maybe
have to be
ESP.
coming in. Fish is so low on fuel here, he's going to have to come in a slap. He's in. That's going to be close between him and Harsh.
Ew, Harsh will jump him. Oh, maybe
Yeah.
not. No, it won't. I thought that was Harsh coming around turn one, now that's a lap to go.
I think Harsh will probably be about 10 seconds off the back of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fish should easily be able to do 22 lap stints to the end.
Yeah,
Do
he's
we
done
know-
well actually to sort of half recover.
Do we know what drivers are going to be switched around from GE Pro and GE Class and whatnot?
Oh, we can't
Or
give you
we-
that information
Or
yet.
we're not talking about that yet?
We don't drop into the comms and think we're getting that kind of background information. Good effort though. You're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
ACC anyway, so what does it matter?
No, Harsh
am curious
has
as well.
jumped him. Harsh has jumped him.
Yeah, but Harsh,
wow.
is gonna have to, Harsh hasn't got that long till he's going to have to pit.
That's a really long pit time, though,
Harsh,
isn't it? Jeez.
Harsh is down to a quarter of a tank now. I think he was on zero fuel.
Yeah, but Harsh was at the bus stop when he jumped into
Yeah,
the
Harsh,
pits.
that's a massive.
35 seconds Harsh was behind. 34 seconds. He's now 6 in front, so yeah. What's that, 41 seconds?
42 seconds.
That just shows how well of a job Jake's actually doing. If the pit time is that long, and he's
Yeah.
still in it.
The Porsche has a big tank. The Citroen has like 8 litres and it's full.
Yeah.
They just fill it up with a Coke bottle, not even a actual fuel drum.
Although I think it still takes the same amount of time to fill the tank, doesn't it? I don't think it changes.
It
I
must
think
take
each
less time if it's a smaller tank.
Nah, 5 litres
I don't
per
think it-
second, it's the same.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I don't think it's a smaller tank. I just think, obviously, I think every car has 100 litres to use, and the Citroen just uses it a lot quicker. But yeah, so he should still be stopped for the same amount of time. So you say it just shows how well of a job he's doing.
We need somebody to do a pit stop timer on his next stop, and we'll compare him.
Probably be in a couple of laps.
Yeah, he can't be. Yeah, he's in between at full and 3/4, so 3 laps and he'll be in.
So I gotta take my hat off to him, and I gotta take my hat off to Asriel as well for sticking out their cars this season, because it's been painful for them both, I think.
Yeah, fair play to you, Asriel, I will say. That BRZ has looked miserable at times this season.
I will gladly return the respect when you drive the BRZ next season.
I am tempted by it. Except it all depends on the tracks that we're gonna be on.
Don't say that, Asriel. I'd much prefer to lose to him in a really good Porsche.
Yeah,
and
can
pick
you
the
imagine if
worst
he
car and
absolutely
still beat
smokes
us up?
everyone in... Knowing our luck, it'll get to the beginning of the season, the BRZ will have a massive buff and it'll be the fastest car in a straight line. And Boosted will be 3.5 hours clear by the end of the first race.
That's the thing with the BRZ though, right? It's actually quite fast in a straight line. It just takes, a day and a half to get there. But top end is actually pretty quick, because when I tested at this track, I was going across the line faster in the BRZ than I was in the Porsche, but I was still losing full tenths from the bus stop to the finish line.
And right on the back of Jay here. These two have been glued to each other for the whole race.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll strap a rocket to it.
The BRZ,
Yeah, but
the BRZ used to be really quick, but the problem is it has like 2 bar of boost. So when they give it 10 horsepower, 15 horsepower boost that it's had in the past, it becomes too fast. Because its top end is already, like you said, it's already good. It just accelerates too fast and then it becomes too broken.
Yeah,
but manufacturers is coming up now, so it will end up getting bopped and be made good again to get into manufacturers.
Yeah, if they could just give it like an extra, 5 or 10 horsepower, I think it could be a decently competitive car. It just needs to be a little bit faster in the mid-speed acceleration. Like from, say, 80 mile an hour up to about 140, where where you spend most of your time in a race, it just needs to accelerate in that gap a bit faster. And I think it would be a very competitive car. It'd be up there. But then is also the back end on it is notoriously twitchy, like to the extreme. I don't think there's any car on this game that is more twitchy on corner exit.
What about that Evo?
No, not even the Evo. The Evo, mate, the Evo.
The
right,
Evo just takes itself off the track from the front wheels. It's just like, I will not turn.
Well, no, I'm wondering whether they've bopped the Evo, because, Lucky seen me driving it the other day, and it's pretty planted now.
Oh no, yes, that's what we want to see, boosted in the Evo. Then after the first round, we'll do Catalonia as the first round.
Yep. And he does a 42-1 or something.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know what the times were.
I did a 43.4 around Watkins Glen in the Evo the other day, and I was quite surprised because I was faster than I were in the Porsche by quite a bit. So I wonder whether they've bopped in, no one's
Gloss
realised.
into the pits now on 0 fuel. I tell you, Harsh is going to be in front of Gloss here. Harsh is going to be in P2.
He's a little bit too far back.
I don't know. Time the pit stop.
But like Lucky was saying, I would rather you have just a different car, but not like an absolute garbage car. Because then it's like, what's the achievement even then? Like,
Well, the problem I've got there though is obviously because I like the MR cars and the way they drive for my style. The only other 2 cars that are viable really that are decent cars is the Lambo and the Audi. And when I've tested them, I'm 2 or 3 tenths a lap faster in both of them compared to the Porsche. So the only option I've got then is to go for a really bad MR car or go for an FR car to try and
great.
bring myself back into it,
the Ferrari is not viable.
Again, like I say, I think I said it during the sprint season. At some point, they did something, and I weren't. It just, I don't know. I didn't gel with it. I think I figured it out around Interlagos, but yeah, it's I don't know. I don't think it's a very good endurance car.
Harsh is in the pits here now as well. He's chosen to go in.
Oh,
Already.
I've just flicked back to Apex and he's picked up a penalty.
Ronnie right on him.
You could always go Alpha.
again, like the Alpha, it's not so much the way the car drives. It's the sound of the engine. It almost doesn't sound like it revs. It kind of puts me off. I know that sounds really weird, but yeah, I don't know. It just puts me off it.
The one good thing about that is I think it's the second fastest launching car behind the Ferrari. It's really
That is
good
one
for sprint.
thing. That is one thing
Citroen's
I
the
have to
fastest.
base an option on next season. Is something that is fast launching because there's
I
nothing
don't worry about
worse.
the launch.
No, that it's miserable when you got that Ferrari behind you or something, and then it's
Ferrari
three
doesn't even need
positions
to
in
be
front of you.
behind you. Doesn't even need
No.
to be behind you. It could be like 5 positions behind you.
Yeah, I think for the sprint race that's important, but I think for the endurance, Sunday races, I don't think it really matters that much.
Let me tell you, it matters if Jake gets in front of you.
I've learned from Jake now. At the start of the season, he was literally a rolling roadblock. Whereas if I see him in front of me now, I just send it. I'm just like, I'm not waiting, mate. I'm going.
Well, Boosted, it matters where you are starting because you saw when I started the season, I was not qualifying. I was stuck in the middle of the pack, and with the 911, with the terrible starts, I was just getting caught up every time. And then once I started qualifying well towards the end of the season, then it wasn't a problem. So
Yeah, I think
if you're at the front, it's not too bad.
it's around when you go with your new wheel, innit? So I think anyone's looking for a new wheel and they want to get a bit quicker, the T598 Thrustmaster is the one to have.
Whoa,
There you
whoa,
go.
whoa. They're not sponsoring this video. Please. No plug-in until I get paid.
But no, it is, isn't it? I think when you got that wheel, I think that's when your championship really lit up. And I don't think it was so much your one lap pace, I think it was your consistency
Yeah.
that really improved.
That's real. Do you fancy popping around Alicos and just smashing it to bits?
My best result in the first before getting the wheel was P7, and I only had one non-top 5 with the new wheel, so it was a huge difference.
I think we need a hack check on Alicos' wheel. Some sort of technology
It's
in
got
there.
grip packs installed.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got a PC absolutely charging his PlayStation to death in the background.
I'm hoping to get a new wheel at some point this year because my T300 is a brilliant wheel. Anyone who's used them will know they for the money you'll struggle to get better, but it's just got the overheating issue now. And like I say, especially in the Lexus and in the Genesis and other cars that are FR, because there's so much weight over it, it just overheats really quickly, and then you just lose like 60% in your force feedback, and it's just no fun. So yeah,
Why
it'll
don't you
either be
try a
Fanatec.
pilot's joystick for next season and see how that feels?
If it has
Every
force
time.
feedback, I'll give it a go.
Every time Aaron catches up to Jay, something happens. It means he loses a load of time.
Well, we were talking about the fuel difference between the endurance and the sprint. Jay went in and Airman had 3 litres less fuel, that's it.
Well, that's enough to pull him a second and a half clear. Zaskar and Panda are talking mid-race.
I'm getting bored. Just commenting. They want to be in here with us while they're doing the race.
I reckon
bet
if we
you.
invited Panda, he would join.
He
Panda
would,
would
yeah.
join. Panda will join, text in the YouTube and still in the chat at the same time as well, and drive.
I don't know how he does it sometimes. I just find that really weird. I'd crash if I tried doing that. Chunky will probably advise me to try it now.
No. I don't ever want to see you crash boosted.
Only if it's on the last lap and I'm in front of you, then you want me to crash.
And then you will crash because I'll just drive into you.
Chunky, I seem to remember when I made that post in the middle of the season about like everyone being clean drivers that you're like, I hope everyone crashes every race. That's what I remember what you
Would
said.
I ever say such a thing, Alicos? How dare you? But yeah, that is exactly what I said, and it still stands. I hope you all have. I hope you all have a power cut at the beginning of every single race.
Panda says he has a problem. Is he about to retire?
Gears are stuck.
K1
Yes.
available.
He has fell right off. Stuck in 6th.
Oh yeah, he's got a
Oh,
problem.
what a gear to be stuck in as well. 6.
Yeah.
I've never known a...
Panda, pause it and put it in automatic, mate. Pause the game and switch to automatic.
I
Is he
think
doing
he's.
that on
I think he's
purpose, or-
doing that, but I've never known a controller button break mid-race.
I don't know if it's anywhere near his flash button, mate, and he was pressing it that hard and accidentally hit his gear button. He could have had a serious problem.
Oh, what's happened to Shipper? Or is he just... No, he's just off straight to Tom. So Tom's jumping. Tom hasn't pit yet.
That's the if it has actually broken his button, you can't actually remap your buttons, can you, during the race?
No.
You just pause and switch to auto, though, wouldn't you?
We got Portavella back here again. He was in the stream last in the pro 3 hour.
Evening.
We've got some relatively... So Zascar still hasn't pit. Got some relatively big gaps now. I think the closest battle is Ron, Apex, Jay and Airman. These 4 cars still circling together.
Jake is back into 4th.
Panda says he can't pause. Is his pause button broken too?
Well, that doesn't say pause, but we can see he's trying. Harsh getting blue flags here. Oh no, is it? Yeah, Harsh getting blue flags. Who from?
Well, he's a minute 42 behind Zaskar, so it's got to be him.
Ooh.
Zascar,
Zascar must be the car behind him.
Zaskar's got a pit though, hasn't he?
Yeah. He probably will, just to not get in the way.
I think he'll go another 2 laps because he's going to want to do this soft stint, isn't he, by the looks of it? Jay has pulled a 3-second gap. Oh, Jay up the inside of Apex here into the bus stop. Oh, that's brave. Good move. He's managed to get away from Airman here as well.
I think he's pulled the trigger too soon there, though, because the Apex are going to be all over him into the first corner.
He's stuck in the pit now and can't switch tyres.
Panda's edging for a quit in this race.
It'd be faster to go out and buy a new controller and then come back.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, Panda. Pop down the local and buy a new controller.
Smack in.
He's still got an hour and 5 minutes of racing to go anyway, so you probably have time to do that.
I mean, I don't know anywhere that's open this time of night on a Sunday, but yeah, have a go.
What's going on here? We got half the field using mellow yellow. We've got Shippo and Apex running the Benson and Hedges livery.
There's a lot of colluding going on.
Yeah, I think they've all teamed up and been like, right,
I think there's going to be some disqualifications after this race for teaming. So at this rate, Jake's going to win this race.
Well, I was thinking maybe is it the same podium teammates, but Shippo's not even doing podium.
I should know this, but is Zas and Fishtail in the same team?
I think so.
Oh,
I'm on Smack's team.
Jay is right on the back of Ron here. He's catching Ron up. Ron's only got 1.6 in front now.
Me, Zaskar, and Air are on the team.
Oh, they haven't got one match in the race.
I
think maybe Fish and Gloss.
I know Jay and Ron are on the same team because they're on my team.
No, it's Gloss is in the team with me and Apex.
You guys don't even know. Lucky doesn't know anyways.
I'm in a team with Boosted. Boosted's on my team in podium.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was just the top 3 in the
I thought it was me, Boosted, and Alico in the team. Yeah, we'll lock Lally in. It was on the stream. That's what you'll be seeing at podium. Thank you, guys.
Well, I'm gonna call it now. It was a mistake that you put me and Zaskar and Air on the team. I think we're
that's what Zaskar has been sandbagging for this whole time.
You think that the A to Z team is going to dominate?
I do.
I don't know. I think these teams are very evenly matched. If I'm honest, I think podium championship
Boosted's
would
like,
be very interesting. I mean, you got them running 6th and 7th here, ahead of 2 pro drivers, so one of them's in a Ferrari and will get DQ'd at the end, but he's still stuck in the pit, I think, isn't he? Right, Jay is now right coming up onto the back of Ronnie. If he doesn't do it into the bus stop, he should have a nice slip all the way to the start finish. Even though that Lambo definitely seems faster in a straight line than the BMW. We're still, I think we're awaiting one more team name and then we'll have all the teams for the podium championship.
I'll tell you, Ron here is going to struggle, you know, to get to the 80 lap mark. He's under half a tank and he's 50% worn on that right rear.
Oh, he's not going to get there then, is he?
He's not going to get there. Zaskar in the pits now. Jay up the inside, gets that done. Nice pass there. Ron is not going to get to the 80 lap mark here, not even close.
Oh God.
How was
A
he
man
even
with the
going
broken
here?
controller. I invited him. I don't know if you had a problem.
Panda,
He
talk
asked
us
for
through
it.
your problem.
This is
His mic
muted.
stopped working.
Literally everything is not working for him right now.
Zaskar is out on softs, guys. Zaskar is out. I think he's just given himself a penalty.
Hello.
Hey,
Well, I sent Zaskar the "you're fast" message, and all of a sudden my gears didn't want to change.
Can you not
Was
get
it an
into,
actual genuine? Was it a genuine problem, or were you just playing?
No, I'm serious, and I cannot press any button. I couldn't press start it again. I couldn't change gears. My MFD couldn't change.
Have
I
you
can't
tried
change.
Turn your controller on and off again.
Turning it off and on. Yep.
Off
Hash
and-
that the Hash the engineer told me to try it, and it didn't work. So now I'm here with my pit crew watching me make my next decision. I think my door has a lock on, a child's lock.
Zaskar here has gone out and he's doing a soft stint.
He saved enough fuel and tyre for us, hasn't he? And right onto the back of Apex now, coming into turn 1.
It's not been a great weekend, is it, for Ferrari in the motorsport?
No.
Did you see what they said about the plank? It was thinner than it lost less than a credit card.
Yeah, in width.
In width under.
0.05 millimeters.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Really, but I suppose they have to have a line
Yeah.
somewhere, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know why they changed the setup from the sprint to the race. I know it was slightly different, but clearly it was working well. So yeah, I guess it's just Ferrari doing their amazing
Well,
strats
to me,
again.
it seems like they need to break the end plate off the front wing every
Yeah.
race, don't they?
I think they'll put that front wing in the wind tunnel at the end of this race.
Yeah.
Because he was doing something. Because out of nowhere,
Well,
Leclerc
that-
had massive pace.
That Bernie was saying she thinks it's just balancing the car out a bit more.
Yeah, but you should have. But you should get imbalance front to rear. But I've never known imbalance left to right.
She's saying it was something to do with the wear on that side. She was saying whether it balanced it out or something.
So is a
I suppose
obviously
it's hard.
clockwise
You
track.
can't really put downforce per corner, can you? You can do it only across the whole of the front or the whole of the back.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be front left limited track in it because obviously it's at a clockwise track. You're going to be most heavy on the left front in the corner. So if it's not as much force pushing down there, it's going to look after the tyre a bit more maybe. But yeah, it's strange. But yeah, he was flying. Fair play to him.
He was saying Russell's car was incredible out of T12, wasn't he? Saying it was like a rocket ship out of there.
Yeah, massive traction. I gotta say, well, I'm not a fan of the Dutchman Verstappen, but he drove an insane race in that car get past Leclerc, and arguably if he'd had a couple more laps, he would have got Russell as well. Yeah, he's really pulling that car around.
That car only seems to want to work when it's got no fuel in, because around practice he seems pretty poor. when they're doing long runs. Then for qualifying, he seems really good, and then the first half of the race he's bad, and then he's back to being really good again.
It's the same as Mercedes last year, though, wasn't it? Mercedes were the same. When they won high fuel, they were nowhere, and then as soon as the fuel burned off, they came alive.
Same with McLaren was the same as well. That's why they kept doing overcuts.
Oh, you know it's bad. You know it's bad when they're all berating Lawson, but then Max comes out and says, "Listen, the car's horrendous. He'd be really fast in any other car." You know, Max doesn't normally back up other drivers like that. To say that, you know the car must be bad.
Apparently,
I mean, it's literally his second race too, so...
Yeah, I think we all deserve to give Perez an apology.
Yeah.
Bring
we all
Checo
talk,
back.
we all
Checo.
talk smack about him last year, and yeah, I think that car is set up in such a way that Red Bull have just shot themselves in their own foot, and there's only one person who can drive it, and it's Max.
Yeah, it's built around. Oh, Fishtail nearly went again. It's built around Max, isn't it?
Then you look back and then you kind of wonder how Ricardo was like that close to him. I mean, it probably wasn't built that much around him at that point.
I don't think it wasn't built around him then. Now, all their eggs are in one basket, aren't they? And it's Max's basket.
Yeah,
but it immediately switched to Gasly being like terrible, like between the seasons.
Yeah, I think Ricardo didn't get. I personally think Ricardo's probably one of the best drivers who didn't win a world championship. Like in his prime, Ricardo was amazing. You look when he joined Red Bull in 2014, and Seb had only just lost. Well, he was still technically the current world champion. He made Seb look stupid. And I think that's the one reason why Seb jumped to Ferrari. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like Ricardo was an amazing driver, and I think when he was there, the car was a lot more balanced. We had the same conversation in our group chat earlier, or yesterday, and someone was saying, I'd like to see how Max would do in the McLaren or a Mercedes or Ferrari, and I still think he'd be lightning fast, and he would certainly, win races and whatnot, but I don't think the gap between teammates would be as big as they are right now.
No.
Well, they were saying last year when they give Ricardo the drive back, they said that they put him in Max's Red Bull, didn't they, at Silverstone or something, and he was lapping 0.1 of a second slower than him within 3 or 4 laps.
That's what I mean. I think Ricardo, he should have really been given the Red Bull seat this year. Red Bull are just too they're just too quick to rip up a contract with a driver. I really think Ricardo had a lot more to show.
It could be that his driving style is more similar to Verstappen than the other guys as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's anybody really that drives like Verstappen, is there? Even when you listen to everybody talk about Max, they say his driving style is completely different to everybody else's. But I do actually attribute that down to the sim racing. Look how many different types of cars he drives on sim.
Yeah.
It's something different, and it's every single day nearly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Albon put it perfectly. He said, like, if you on your computer, if you put your mouse sensitivity up to 100% and move it around, that's how Max likes the front of the car. So it becomes really twitchy on the rear end with the slightest bit of movement. And then obviously, if you're constantly turning into corners and the back end's stepping out on you, you're just going to lose confidence. You're not going to brake as late. You're not going to turn in as hard. You're not going to get on the power as early, and all that's just going to ruin your lap time.
Well, that seems to be what Lawson's saying about not being able to get the tyres to fire up, isn't it? Because he obviously has no confidence in pushing the car hard enough to get them to fire up.
Well, they've said they're taking Lawson out, haven't they, for Suzuka? Or
have they?
Rumour is. Apparently.
Well, they're going to put Yuki in.
There's always rumours.
Yeah, and put Yuki in. It's come from the same.
Do you know that's good? Do you know what though? I don't actually mind that, because I think that will show that it is the car. Because if Yuki goes in there and is terrible, and Lawson gets in that other thing, that white Red Bull, and is flying, it'll show. I actually feel a bit sorry for Lawson. I know he's been thrown in there. I just think it's, you've been thrown to the wolves, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I think though that Red Bull should have signed signs.
Well, not after.
Because
if the car's hard to drive, he's jumped in a Williams for the last 2 races. I know it's only 2 races, but he ain't been the star signing they were expecting him to be.
Well, no, look at Albon. Albon's been a lot faster than him, especially today. I'm not sure with Sainz. I think Sainz is one of these drivers that needs the perfect car for him underneath him as well.
But yeah, I think you've got to give him a bit of time to adapt to the machinery. I mean, if you look at Hamilton in Australia, he was 2/10 off, which I still think was a good showing, especially in a, he's only ever driven with Mercedes power. And yeah, he did it exceptionally well to only be 2/10 off Leclerc, which is known as a master qualifier, and then he actually surpassed him in the sprint on Saturday just gone. So yeah, it's learning different driving techniques. I think Hamilton said in an interview somewhere, like, he likes to get on the brakes and get straight on the throttle, whereas the Ferrari prefers you to coast through the corner and then get on the power. So he's better have to adapt his driving style. So it could be the same thing that Carlos Sainz now is having to do with the Williams. Instead of coasting, he's having to learn to get straight back on the power.
For
I mean,
me,
you can
that
take a few
Ferrari team
races.
just needs to look internally and just sort their strategists out. It's horrendous. Their
Oh,
whole
Apex off.
back
Oh,
team
Apex
is
off.
horrendous.
Well, he's kept it up the wall.
Oh, he was chasing air then as well for P8.
Considering Apex has had such a good end to this season, this race has really not gone well for him, has it?
No, he's about to be lapped as well.
I'm a little
But
bit
yeah,
behind here. What happened to Panda?
His controller broke.
Oh no.
He couldn't check-
Zascar is now going purple again, obviously on the soft tyre.
Before the our race, I actually was planning on doing this, so I don't know if he stole my strategy or what, but I was planning on doing 22 times 4 and then a 12 lap on soft. I think that's what he's doing.
He's doing his 22, he's doing his 4, he's soft, and then he's going to do another medium strat anyway, the looks of it at the end. Another medium.
Yeah, I think yours unlucky strategies went out the window on that one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. My strat was to try and do 3-stop.
It's a shame obviously that happened. I think if that hadn't happened, you two would have definitely been up there with VTEC, 100%.
Yeah, I think.
I'm
right
not going
in
to say
that
you would have been
area.
there with me, like, because
No, we
I'm not
wouldn't.
gonna. I don't want to be thingy, like, but yeah, I kind
You're
of
right. You're right, though.
Yeah, I don't want to sound big-headed, but yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
I
You
done
could
so
have
much.
just not said anything though. just up there with Vita would have been sound, like that'd have been more than enough. And I didn't get killed by Dad and his invisible wall. If you are still listening, Dad, yeah, I haven't forgot.
Yeah. That kind of scared me a bit as well, because I come around the corner, obviously using VR, and then Dad's just parked there sideways. Luckily, he was ghosted.
There are no battles on track, so I think we go to our leader.
I'm currently watching him, he's just got past Apex under blue flags.
We sit on for a lap in the passenger seat.
Just set the fastest lap, 45.2.
He's done 2 fastest laps in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, he's rocketing now.
Well, we know he can do 44s in the Lexus from Iro.
What do you think he's going to do, though? He's going to pit end of lap? Or end of lap 80?
He'll go to 80 and go back to
78.
mediums, won't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could do 78 to be fair, because he's been doing 22 lap stints comfortably, hasn't he? But to me, if it was me, I'd try and go to 80 and then just cruise the last stint in. Great drive
Yes.
though. He's had 2 great drives. He drove phenomenally last week in the pro race, and he drove incredibly again this week.
He drove great in the sprint as well. I think he's
Solid race from Gloss as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's had a much better showing this week. I think last week he got caught up as well in the first lap.
He was right up
incident,
there.
so
He was he was winning. He was right up there, and then he spun in T1
Oh
on
yeah,
his
that's
own.
right. Yeah.
He was right up there though.
Yeah, I think the first 10 laps of my race last week, I was trying to help push the BRZ along. I felt bad. He had a bad season. I thought, right, I'm just going to stick behind him now. And I think we were actually catching him, weren't we?
Jake has pitted
But-
again, and he's now only 6 seconds off the back of Harsh.
Yeah, me and Gloss had a good race in both the pro and the sprint. Came down to the wire on the last lap on both races.
You guys seem to find each other a lot on track as well.
We do.
Azrael, I am really looking forward to you actually having a car for next season, because it's just been a shame that you haven't been in the mix. It's just fun to have another guy in there that you can fight.
next season in Pro, if we get the sign-ups that we're expecting, and Boosted doesn't pick the Porsche, could be really interesting.
Yeah.
I 100% tell you now, I'm not going to pick the Porsche. I mean, I love the car and I'm gutted to not be using it next season. But again, I don't want to be driving the same car all the time. I want to try something new. And for me at the moment, the BRZ is looking the most favourable one, purely because I think it's like Azriel said earlier on. When you drive a tricky car that's hard to control, especially like the Porsche's hard to control on the brakes, the BRZ is hard to control on the throttle on the exit of corners. It makes you a better driver, all-rounder. Do you know what I mean? So you'll come out with a season faster than you was when you started it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't need to do that. There's really no need for you to do that.
100% is, mate. I want to go world class series maybe one day.
No, off to ACC. See ya. The monitor's on its way.
I think next season, if it could be really close. I mean, Azriel's a bit of an unknown at the moment. With how did you do last season, Azriel? I know you joined halfway through, but how did you get on with the Renault? Was you pretty solid?
The Renault, I think, is a strange car as well, though, isn't it? I don't think, as meta cars go, I don't think it's up at the top of the list. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Sorry, Azriel.
I think I've gotten a lot better since joining ERL. So that was a learning period for me, because I hadn't really gotten into competitive racing that much before that. You guys were my first league, so I struggled a little bit, but I found some pace at the end.
I mean, this league's been good for a lot of drivers. Like, I improved a lot, partially with the wheel change. Lucky, like you said, you like barely had any success in the seasons before, and all of a sudden you're winning races and doing all kinds of stuff.
Season 1, I think I crashed nearly every. I think I went back and had a look in the first 6.
Oh, yellow flag.
Yellow flag. In the first 6 races of season 1, I was lapped in the first 5. I was lapped in 5 of them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Very
this
slow.
league. This league has, I think, done a great job of improving everyone that's in it. I mean,
I think when you're surrounded by, fast drivers, like this league, if you look at obviously we're all on each other's friends lists, but if you look at the sport modes or the time trial events, and we're all usually within the top 500 in the world. Do you know what I mean? So it is an extremely fast league with a lot of fast drivers in it, and the faster the drivers you surround yourself by, the quicker you're going to get, because you're learning from them at the same time.
Yeah, I do think you're right. I think everyone's got a lot quicker. I think next season, both classes, to be fair, but speaking from my own experiences in the Pro, if we get Air back out of that BMW into something that's quick again, Honda back, you got boosted, Azriel, Alicos, myself, Chunky, if he can turn up to all the races, Panda as well has had a solid bit of form over the last second half of this season. I've definitely forgot someone and someone's going to be upset later. Dad, there you go. Dad, since he switched to the NSX, to be fair, it has been lightning.
I'm actually a bit concerned about Dad in the NSX, to be honest.
And whoever you move up, you don't want to give us the info. So.
And whatever happens with the rest of them.
I have a good idea in my own head who's moving up. I'm not going to say anything, but I have an idea who's moving up and who's moving down. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season.
Filthy came back.
Yeah, Filthy's back as well.
It's good to see Filthy back.
Bit of an unknown as if he's improved or not. But when he left us, he was very strong. I think he was a bit, he didn't believe in his own pace, but we all did. I think he had some solid drives at the beginning of the season. Bar what?
Oh, you forgot Smiley. That's who.
Smiley. That's who I forgot. I knew I forgot someone.
Yeah, I think Smiley next season is going to be a force to be reckoned with, because he's 100%
I think we'll see Smiley
back in the
Porsche. Smiley is a different animal to what he's been in that McLaren. I mean, he definitely hasn't been slow in that McLaren, but in that Porsche, he's a different animal.
He took a bit of time to get used to it. He had a couple of rough races at the beginning, didn't he?
Yeah. But
because I remember Catalunya, I had an awful race and I finished ahead of him, and that was like when I was doing terrible at the beginning of the season. So I know that was one of his struggle races.
I don't think he's actually won a GT Pro race this season either, and he was the 2-time champ, wasn't he? So yeah, he's had a bit of a rough season himself.
Well, that's
But
what
yeah,
he
I
was
think
saying
you-
at Trial Mountain. He's like, you guys couldn't let me win one at least.
But no, I think he'll definitely jump back in the Porsche. The Porsche is a solid car to choose because it never. I think.
I
Lucky
don't
said
think it
before.
ever suffers from the nerfs, does it?
No, it did get. Well, he got a slight nerf in the last
I think
bop.
I think a lot of bop's based off it though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they use that as a middle ground car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely. I think it lost a bit of power and gained a bit of weight in the last bop change. But it didn't really seem to affect it all that much, if I'm honest. I didn't really notice
Nah,
that
I
much
didn't
of a
really feel
difference.
it that much. Yeah, I'd take a power nerf just to like make it not an absolute garbage off the line. Just because it's so precarious off the line, like you never know you're gonna get taken out just because the speed difference is so huge.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times this season when I've actually managed to get it off the line all right, but you know, it's barely any. You know, maybe 1 or 2 races out of the season I've actually got it to go. But yeah, normally you start and you get at least getting passed by 2 or 3 cars.
Oh, Harsh is a bit deep.
I know that happened in the sprint for the tri-oval. Was it Matthew? Because he's in the 911. It was just like such a it just caused such a concertina because it's so slow off the line.
Seeing as we are on the last race of the season, and you give us any hints to what tracks we'll see in the next season?
They'll all be asphalt.
They've all
so.
got left and right corners as well.
That's a shame. I wanted to go rallying in a Group 3
there's no
car.
tri-oval then?
I mean, in between them, there's some straight bits too.
I think that'd be a nice addition to the stream. Why don't you reveal the first track?
Last race of the season is going to be 3 hours around Special Stage X.
Oh no!
Oh, it wasn't. It
Everyone's
wasn't
picking
until
the
you
same
said.
car then.
It
It's
wasn't
gonna be
until you
it's
said
gonna be
3
an
hours ago.
an hour and a half normal way. Pause, reset, then an hour and a half reverse.
What difference does it make?
You turn left and right then, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. I said it's got to be left and right, so we're gonna have to do a reset mid-race.
How about we do 3 hours of Northern Isle? It'll be like 700 laps.
Zaskar in for his last stop here, guys.
Jake on the back of Harsh as well now. Like I say, it's been a little bit quiet recently as the gaps have spread. Well, not quiet, but I'm not talking about this race.
We're off talking about our own stuff. Waffle, as you would say.
The top 3 have absolutely checked out this race, haven't they?
Yeah, it was the same in our race though, wasn't it, between Zaskar?
Fisher's managed to get himself back on Strat as well. He's I suppose he didn't come off Strat, did he? He just did his soft tyre earlier.
He's done the same stat as
I think
Zaskar, really.
I think his issue was he put too much fuel in, didn't he? Zas only just went over 50%. Fish filled it up when he went on to softs. Fish is in as well.
I mean, I know that Gloss has obviously got a pit, but they were closer than I thought for Gloss to have jumped him.
Yeah, Zaskar coming out just behind.
Literally just, but
Yeah.
It just shows how good of a race Gloss has been having.
there we go. Jake might get something here now into turn 1.
Surprised to still see Haas sticking it out.
Fish is in the pits now.
He's had a good race, to be fair, though, hasn't he? Again, really consistent on his laps.
No, no round 1 reveal, Lucky? Hmm?
It's not fully boxed away anyway, so I can't round 1 reveal anything.
Round 1's not Special Stage X.
What I can say is we will be keeping having some wet races. We will be having some night races, and we'll be having some mandatory tyre races. So you've got all that good stuff to look forward to.
He's jumped Fishtail. Or wait,
yeah, but
no, he
Haas has
hasn't
got a pit. He's got a pit.
Yeah,
Fishtail's 40 seconds in front of those guys.
but Gloss was significantly ahead, wasn't he? It'd be interesting to see where he comes out.
Glass will be in this lap, I'd imagine.
Yeah, saying that, what's the gap between Fishtail and Gloss?
Gloss has got about 12 seconds, I think it was.
53
Well, this
seconds.
could be
No, Gloss
Yeah.
could Gloss could keep this position.
Yeah, Gloss could keep second.
Gloss was in second anyway, wasn't he? Gloss was in
it?
second.
Oh yeah. Gloss was in second.
Gloss was about 12, was over 10 seconds in front of Fish.
The thing is now though, what you call it? Gloss has got to do a 21 lap stint now.
So is Fish though.
Yeah,
But
but
Gloss has only been doing.
Yeah,
Gloss has
I
only
know,
been
I
doing
suppose,
19
yeah.
till 20, haven't he? So he's got, and he's out of fuel already. So he's really gonna have to fuel save this stint. Otherwise, he's gonna have to make another pit stop.
He's gone back on medium, so he ain't doing anything drastic. So yeah, no spoilers for the season 4. I will be or what we will do is when podium starts, we'll open up the sign-ups for season 4. Get everyone signed up, sort tiers out, and
Yeah, to be honest, we haven't even sorted tiers out yet. Until we do sign-ups, we don't know who's going to go where.
yeah, we've got ideas obviously, but Jake, we've got ideas, but it depends who signs up. We never know when your operation that you've been promising us for the last 12 months is going to turn up boosted.
Well, I don't know if I'll be doing,
monitor.
I don't know if I'll be a full-time driver for Sprint next season. I'm starting my new job tomorrow actually, and I told them I won't be working Sundays, but I'll probably be doing the odd Saturday here and there. So yeah, I probably won't be making a lot of the sprint races.
I might make it mandatory that you do Sundays. What's the new job boosted? Are we getting a job reveal?
I'm a local Amazon delivery driver. Well, hey, I'm doing it now until
You'll be able to race. Look how quick you'll deliver the parcels.
But no, I say I want to do my HGV license, so I'm gonna save up, do my class 2. Get with a company. Get a company for that to do that with, and then hopefully they'll pay for class 1. Ooh, that was risky.
Jake's gone from attacking to losing a position.
That was through the bus stop as well.
So Jake and Fishtail, no, Jake can't make it to the end of that field.
Jake's gonna have to pit again. That Citroen's probably got one more lap of fuel at half tank.
So Harj will come in now for his final stop. There you go.
So this is the poly trousers down and show where you've got time really now.
Jake's obviously gonna do medium, and then he's gonna do a soft run, and he on the end surely.
I would think, yeah.
So this is sort of between Harj and Jake here, isn't it? For fourth.
P4, yeah.
That's where the race is. I'll tell you what, Jay isn't a million miles off though. If there's any issues, Airman's still behind Jay as well.
How's Smack looking on fuel? Is he pitted or has he still got a pit? I've still got a pit.
Yeah.
He got a decent amount of fuel. Maybe he's doing the same strategy as the other.
Oh, Ron's got damage.
guys.
That was where that yellow flag was.
That's where the yellow flag was Ron earlier. I forgot to say.
That's a shame.
He's on soft.
Good race.
Sascar getting really close to the back of Tom there. That's not. I don't like that. You know, when you drop down from the upper part of the oval and drop down behind, it looks super close.
He's trying to get past.
I think Tom will move over here into T1. No?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He's got his indicator on as well.
There he goes.
I mean, this is all on. Zaskar has got to have a serious incident here to lose this race.
Jake's still on the back of Fishtail. I thought that was connected then. Look
Look at Jay and Air out the pits. They are bumper to bumper.
I think we might see a move from Jake, maybe on Fishtail. Be a little bit futile knowing he's got a pit again, but
he's going to want to push though, isn't he? Knowing he's going to be coming out battling Harj.
yeah, he doesn't want to lose time. Oh, Ronnie got hit by that invisible wall.
He's claimed another victim.
He says it was that absolute star of an invisible wall, so I can't work out if he's a fan of it or not. There's a lot of stars there.
Very, very colourful language there.
Oh, he's just come out of the pit there.
It's another one of the Hello Mellow vehicles. Is that Smack? No, it's not Smack. Who was that coming out the pits?
I think it was Ship.
No, it's Ron. It's Ron in the Hello Mellow yellow bloody Lambo.
Is Shippo going to make it
tongue
to the end
twister.
on his fuel? I don't think he is it?
That's going to be difficult for him.
Not in the Renault.
No, that's going to be another pit stop. We did say
Unless
earlier
he's
though
doing
he
mega
was
fuel
looking
save.
a bit off on fuel. We're about to have a pass here. Airman and Jay down to T1. They are bumper to bumper again.
These two have been together the whole race again.
Yeah, they have.
Oh,
That was late, boy.
Looks a little deep
Oh,
there.
you come
Yeah.
back at him.
Yeah.
He actually did well to avoid clipping Jay there.
I love how he's made his M6 look like an M4.
Yeah, I was looking at that then. I was thinking, why do they look so different for? He's done a really good job at that.
He's trying to make it. He's trying to
Faster.
trick. He's trying to trick the bop into making it into something different.
That's actually a really cool design. Fair play.
Yeah,
That
it just
actually really
literally
does
look like an M4,
Yeah.
don't it, at the front?
That's really cool. Well, that's my livery of the race. 100%. That's awesome.
Well, it
Well,
can't
you
be
only got
mellow.
that and the mellow yellow.
I was going to say,
choose
yeah,
from, so.
he's over that on the mellow.
No, but he's really did a really good job of making that look like an M4. That's class.
I was trying to find if there's anyone else closer on the field at the moment.
Nah, big gaps in between it. Saying that Jake and Fish now 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, what's Gloss's gap to
Oh, Jay's
Jake?
got damage. Beam and Jay has just got damage. I don't know where he's got that. He must have hit the wall coming round onto the oval, because he didn't have it coming through the first sector.
What
He's trying to get us-
walls on the inside?
Well, front left. Where's he hit that? Front left.
That's got to. That only can be turn one, can't it?
Yeah,
We
it's
didn't.
gotta-
We were watching him at T1 and he didn't hit anything.
Can you hit the inside going onto the banking?
You'd have to be really, really.
He definitely
Really narrow.
didn't do it at T1 because Air tried to pass him, didn't he? And they both ran wide, so I don't know where he's managed to pick that up. Is there an invisible wall on the inside going onto the banking if you go tight?
It's all grass, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's
You
unfortunate.
know, I have-
That is because he finishes all his pit stops and that as well now.
That
I
is
haven't
mystery.
had a Sunday off of racing in a long time, and here I
Me
am
neither.
watching Gran Turismo.
You got one next week. You got a completely empty Sunday. Well, from our side anyway. Right.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything else.
What is Jake's gap to? It's about 40 seconds, Jake, to Harsh at the moment. So them two are going to come out very close to each other.
Probably be practicing next Sunday.
For what? For podium?
Yeah, probably that. That'll be on my list for sure.
Yeah, I
think-
forgot that we already have all the info. We can be practicing right now if we want to.
Yeah, I've just been practicing for season 4 though.
So podium, the way podium will work is we'll have a team championship, so which team has got the most points overall, a Saturday champion, a Sunday champion, and then an overall champion. So everyone's got something to race for. You know, like the people that can only do Sundays, because obviously they ain't going to get any points on a Saturday, they can still race and still win points and potentially win a championship. So there'll be 4 champions out at the back of the podium championship. It's only 4 weeks. Nice and short, concise one. And I don't think there's a big break before season 4 or even after that, is there? There's not a lot.
I think it's 2, maybe 3 weeks, isn't it?
I don't think it's
Was
3.
it
I know
like
we got
May?
It's
second week of May or something.
It's May. It's May. Definitely May. But I can't remember what day it is.
It's the 11th, I think. I'm sure it's the day I'll get back from holiday when we were discussing it. I'm sure it was the 11th.
Should have done it for the 4th.
What, the week I'll go away? Thanks, Boosted. Cheers, mate.
May the 4th be with you, innit?
What, so we can see loads of Star Wars cars?
Yep.
I was
Smack.
looking at the overall for this as well. I was kind of curious.
The overall for which in what way?
Like, if you combine Sprint and Pro.
Well, the same person won.
I'm pretty sure Boosted still won that.
Yeah,
Did you jump me?
I did, yeah.
Oh, that's why you wanted to get it out. Well done. That was very cleverly done, Alicos. Well done. Very subtle as well.
I was trying to work out the angle he was coming from there.
No, I knew as soon as he mentioned it, he must have done something.
You are, of course, you're now crowned the second in the driver championship overall.
Airman's gone. Oh! Airman loses it and hits the wall.
Oh, there you go. They're both.
They have matching damage again now.
Yeah, he's just trying to nerf himself. He is make it fair.
Yeah, I think he felt bad for Jay then. That's teammate love. That he's all over the place here.
Still, I'm waiting for Jake to fit. I want to see where he comes out to hard. I think that'll be quite close.
Well, he's going to come out on soft, surely.
Yeah, he's trying to extend to get on those sauce.
With Air and Jay having damage, 15 laps left to go.
Smack?
Can
Wow,
Smack-
he's
can
pretty
Smack
close.
close in on him.
Yeah.
Smack's just done his pit stop, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only 4.4 seconds.
If Jake can hold off this pit stop a little bit longer, not Jake, sorry, he won't have to put as much fuel in and he'll be on soft, so he should theoretically jump Harsh quite easily.
Yeah, it's got enough fuel to get to probably 90.
This is the Citroen we're talking about.
Yeah, but I still think he's been doing, what, 18 or 16 lap stints, so he shouldn't have to put as much fuel in, and he will be on the faster tyre. And Harsh's tyres will be like 10 laps old.
Well, he was only just behind Harsh when they... Was he just in front or just behind Harsh when Harsh went in?
Just behind. He lost the place, didn't
he seemed like he was a little bit faster because he caught Fish back up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Caught Fish on the fresh tyres as well. Fish is on fresh tyres.
So some people that haven't had a bit of screen. We'll go down the list, give everyone a bit of a chance to have a bit of screen time. So you have Mellow, yellow car number 88. Zaskar leading the race. 40 seconds clear of Glassbars. No more pit stops for him. Solid drive again. Glassbars redemption from last week in the pro race, running P2. Jake P3, but will have to stop again. So Fishtail P4 will inherit that place. Harj, all his pit stops completed, running in P5. Jay, again, all pit stops completed. P6 with Airman, P7, both of which have damage. Smacks already took 2 seconds out of that gap to Airman in P8. Apex in P9. Shippo in P10. Ronnie in P11 after his unfortunate accident with the invisible wall. And Tom in P12.
What's the difference between Shippo and Smack in the championship?
18, I think. I don't think it's big enough.
Well,
Shippo would have to have a terrible race. I mean, he can't lose many more. He can only lose like 4 more points at this point, and that wouldn't be enough. So.
I think if Smack makes it happen and hooks it up, he could gain 2 spots here. I mean, he's got two cars with damage in front of him.
Okay,
He's on
but
his final stint.
say he gets
14,
up to P6.
Gap's 14.
And, it's 14? Okay, so say Smack gets up to P6 and Shippo drops to P12. What is that?
Hold
Pretty
the line.
close.
P6 is 16? and P12 is 4.
To be honest, by law,
That
Shippo
wouldn't
has
be
to
enough.
finish 8th. So regardless of where he finishes, his position will be 8th in the standing.
I love how you're giving these ultimatums at the end of the season, like how Scott has to leave the league if he didn't win in the trials.
Scott's gone. Scott's gone.
I feel like I may have had something
Who?
to do with that.
He's not.
And since we're coming to the end of the race, chaps, who would you pick for your driver of the day?
Zaskar.
Zaskar. Yeah, Zaskar.
Or Jake. It'd be close between Zaskar and Jake, to be honest, for me.
I think Zaskar's an obvious driver of the day, but after his racing the sprint, racing pro, I think first was expected. I think if you exclude
I'm gonna go with
Zaskar, I think you got.
I'm gonna go with Glossbus because I'm looking at the standings here. This will be his best result in any championship this year if he finishes P2.
Unfortunately, I can't give it to Zaskar because he's too far ahead, so it doesn't count. I mean, I think I've only ever got one driver of the day this year, or this last season, and I think it was Watkins Glen. So I'm gonna give it to Jake.
No, I got it at Watkins Glen.
You were second race. I was looking back through at the drivers of the day, and it was like, okay, they're like, okay, we'll give it to you. You know, good job, you won. And then after that, everyone's like, oh, he's gonna win every race, so we're not gonna give it to him.
Literally.
I think you can
lapped the entire field last season and nearly the last race, and I didn't even get driver of the day. Shocking.
Oh, Jake's got a penalty. 1 second penalty. That's not going to help him. I think we'll see him in this lap.
I was also looking at those drivers of the day. Lucky you have the most of them. I think you're the new people's champion.
Panda's gonna love that. I am the people's champion. I'm owning that.
Thing is, doesn't Lucky run the drive of the day thing? So he could just be rigging it. You never know.
I wouldn't do that.
That's true.
I can actually. I can actually pull some statistics. Actually, hold on, give me a sec. Right. Let's have a quick look.
But I got the least votes. I didn't even vote for myself either.
Boosted obviously won. So Boosted won in terms of the most points. Boosted got the most wins with 11. I got 1. I got 3. Alico's got 1, and Honden got 1. If this is correct, Boosted took 10 poles. Lucky, Alico's, Honden, Smiley, Chunky, and Whitesy. That must have been one of the reverse grids. Took a pole.
That was wasn't that Le Mans?
Yeah, reverse grids.
So nobody got more than 1.
Nope.
Other than Boosted.
Podiums, Boosted had 14 out of 16 races. I had 11. Panda was third, 5.
Panda's had a great season this season, to be fair.
The podiums I was looking at as well, I think I said it before, you two had more than the rest of the league combined in podium.
Damn.
Yeah,
You had 25 and we had 23, I think.
Yeah, I think Trial Mountain I didn't really bother with that much. I kind of ruined that race for myself, to be fair. And Brands Hatch, I think the other 2 races I stumbled on.
Yep.
But
Honden 4, Smiley 4, Alico's 3, Airman 3, Chunky 2, and VTEC 2, which is solid considering.
I had 2 podiums this season.
2 podiums.
I only did about 4 races, didn't I?
Fastest laps, Boosted had 11, me, Smiley, Alico's, Airman, and Chunky had 1 each. This is just, all this is doing is putting in level of domination.
In a minute, mate, I'm not going to be able to get my VR headset on my head. It's just growing as you're talking.
I've just threw up twice.
Driver of the day, I got 4, Alico's 2, Panda 2, Apex 2, who isn't even in the league, who beat Boosted in the division. Beat Boosted with 1, Smiley 1, Airman 1, Honden 1. Dad got 1, and Zaskar got 1.
Chunky, nobody voted for you. Nobody
But he only raced 4 times.
Yeah.
Chunky did 10. Chunky did 10 races.
Did he?
I never did 10.
I'm looking at it now. He did 10.
Is that including sprint though?
No, Boosted 16. The only people that did 16 races were Boosted, Alico's, Dad, Azriel, and Harsh. Harsh? Okay.
Well, he didn't finish 16.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we
And
say
then-
they started 16.
Me, Smiley, Airman, and Gloss did 15. Panda did 14. Scott 13. Honda 11. You did 10. And Apex as a reserve did 9.
That's crazy. Well, we're going through all of our stats now. We probably should be looking at the
Yeah,
GT
true.
class as we're
Yeah,
watching this.
I haven't even.
No, don't worry about them. Just keep talking about how well boosted did this season.
Is that what you want to do?
Because remember, we won't hear from him next season because he's going to ACC. So this is like a bon voyage for him. Farewell, lap of honour for boosted this
So
season.
Jake did pit and has stayed ahead of Harsh and has gone on to softs.
Has he
Smack
put has he put enough fuel in though?
I'm off,
Yeah.
guys. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone enjoy the rest of the race.
Dear
See
Admiral,
you
thanks
later,
for joining
Admiral.
us, mate.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lambert.
Smack is now half a second behind Jay.
There
Cleared
we go.
Airman.
Did we work out what was going on between Shippo and Smack as in points wise, or did we
I
just
don't
go on
think
to
it'll be
boot?
enough, unless there's some collusion.
14, but Shippo's currently only 6 tenths behind Apex as well.
Smack is now past Jay.
That damage is really hurting Smack.
It's not hurting Smack, it's hurting Jay.
Jay. So in terms of winners for GT class, we have Zaskar on 2, soon to be 3, Apex on 2, Darkness on 1, Airman on 1, all the rest are from Matt. What else do we want to look at? Pole positions. 4 for Matt, 4 for Apex, 3 for Stevo, 1 for Zaskar, 1 for Darkness, 1 for Isaiah, and then 1 for Luchik when he was doing the reverse grid.
A lot more variety there.
Didn't have to add that last part there then, Lucky.
I did it with Whitesea as well. Jay's back past. Oh no, he's not. Ooh,
He's trying.
He's fighting it. He's definitely getting more pace out of his BM with damage, isn't he, compared to
It's like
Eamon.
Ferrari today.
Airman's on hards though, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, true.
What else can we look at? Fastest laps. Matt got 4, Stevo 2, Panda 2, Airman 2, Harsh 1, Darkness 1, Jay 1, me 1, and Azrael 1.
So this be Zaskar's first fastest lap then?
Yep. And then driver of the day, 5 for Matt, 2 for Darkness, 2 for Isaiah, 2 for Fishtail, 1 for Jay, 1 for Zaskar, 1 for Apex, and 1 for Smack.
What's happened to Isaiah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know he does.
He's
I know he does
stayed
his firefighting stuff. Then he gets pulled away and.
Yeah. Because he came back and had great form.
Yeah, he was my Lexus buddy for a bit. Shippo has got past Apex now.
I remember in those race predictions.
We need Shippo to
sometimes
pull in
do,
38 seconds on air now to gain his true position.
You just need Eamon to make a pit stop.
Yeah. Somebody
Well,
message Air and say that boy Laurie has to pit to let Shippo take his 8th
The
place.
thing is, last week Eamon did pit, didn't he, for the fastest lap? So will he do it again?
Oh, how
Is
funny
he
is it going to
allowed
be
to
if Shippo comes 8th again?
Is he allowed? Is he allowed to do a fastest lap on softs?
Well, the balance of the universe isn't completed until Shippo and Smack are next to each other. So
Quickly type in the chat. Tell Eamon to do pit.
I reckon Shippo will stop on the line if he's going to have an 8th and let somebody go past him. Because he knows he's not going to be able to keep.
yeah, but I mean, I think he knows he's gonna be finishing 7th in the championship now. So at least it won't be 8th in the championship for him.
Oh, that would have been even more poetic.
That would be
wouldn't it?
hysterical.
If he finished 8th in the championship as well.
The way the grid is now, is there going to be any changes in the GT class?
Shippo's in the
standings?
pits. Shippo's in the
Let me
pits
look
here.
through it.
Why is he going into the pit for?
Because he's running out of fuel in that.
Yeah,
Renault,
we
probably wants
thought
to
he
do a
didn't have
soft.
enough fuel in there.
He's probably thought, I'm going to do it and get a little bit of something out the softer tyre.
So it's 11th to 6th now. I'm gonna have to actually get. The
That's
back
going to
up.
be close now, that is, isn't it?
Fishtail's gonna jump back ahead of Apex right now into P3.
In the championship.
Yeah. There's only 2 points between them.
It's
and
crazy,
he's
really, because with the form
quite a
of
bit
Apex
further
over the
ahead.
last few weeks, you would have put money on Apex being right up there today.
Well, he missed Nürburgring, and then he had that disconnection and road.
Oh no, that was devastating
Atlanta.
for him, weren't it?
I love that livery, man. That livery's class.
What, the Benson and Hedges one?
No,
Oh, the
the
M4.
Airman's one. Yeah, it's so
brilliant,
good.
isn't it?
I want to download that. That's so cool.
What's the point? What did I say the points difference was? 14?
14.
If Shippo finishes 11th, where he's now, yeah, it's not enough.
Oh, he could have had 8.
It'd be.
He would need 4th
Yeah. No, he'd need 4th to jump him.
to tie.
Match.
Hars, Jake, do it for the team. Pull her over.
This ain't your class. Just get out of the way.
Do it for the team. Do it for the team who Super GT.
Oh, who was that going purple? So Jake.
I don't
Jake
he's
might
only-
take fastest lap. He's on softs as well now.
No, he's lost it.
Through the bus stop.
Lost it. Zaskar, what a drive this has been, to be fair.
You might be able to lap Haj.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think he is going to lap ours.
Jake lost loads through the bus stop and after. Then he only just by 0.003 beat his.
Yeah, there's Askar.
There's Zaskar in the shot of lapping hot. Well, how far up did you lap to?
4th, I think.
To me,
Oh, he's pitted.
I was
Zaskar's
5th.
pitted.
Oh, 5th.
Zaskar's pitting again.
He's going for fastest. He's going to secure his fastest.
He's
lap.
just messing around now.
Yeah, but
he needs to be very careful, because if he makes a mistake,
he's only got 45 seconds to gloss.
He ain't
if
going
he
to have
makes a
fuel, though.
mistake,
He'll
if
have
he
the
ma-
fuel.
if he makes
Yeah,
a
but-
mistake though, that's super risky.
That is hell of a risk to take. That, you know, that's part of the reason why I didn't go for fastest lap, because I didn't know.
What's he done here? He didn't even swap tyres.
What?
Did he get damage or something?
No, he just went into the pits and drove back out.
That's weird. But no, like that's why I didn't go for fastest lap, because I didn't know how far behind VTech was.
Mm-hmm.
What was that
Obviously
all
being
about
in-
then?
Being in VR, you don't
Well,
get that
considering
information.
what Zaskar's been doing the last few races, I don't know what he's thinking right now. Like, with the ends of races.
What's he doing? That was beyond strange. Is he sure he's driving for Porsche and not Ferrari?
He's trying to do some type of like psychic damage to everyone else right now. Like, just get him confused. Like, what is he doing right now?
It's a bit late in the season to be doing stuff like that though.
Maybe you just
Especially-
didn't want to lap harsh.
Especially at the end of the 3-hour race. I mean, if you lost it on the last 6 laps, you'd feel, well. I'm not going to say the words. It's probably not allowed on YouTube, but yeah, you wouldn't be feeling good. You think, like, if he gets damaged now, like really bad damage, Gloss could just, you know, cruise up to behind him.
Gloss lost 5 seconds through him this lap though. It was 25 seconds when he come out the pits. It's now 30.
He must have had a bad lap. It was the second time.
Sure, it dropped down to 25 after the pits.
So it's saying 1.5 down. He's not a great lap for him, but it's not that bad.
Maybe it was just as he crossed the line and then he cut.
Is it
turn
me?
one.
Is Fish only 6.4 seconds here behind Gloss?
He is.
He is.
Yeah.
It's a second a lap though that he needs to reel in. Glass will be saving fuel though, to be fair, won't he? And
Yeah,
tyres.
he'll be saving a lot of fuel. What's Fishtail's pace?
Let's see when they cross the line.
47
This is gonna.
miles.
This is
A lot
this
faster.
This is gonna be a 49, I think, for Gloss.
Look, he's down against under 6 seconds now. He's bleeding time.
To 48.9, and what have we got to Fish?
He's lowered the fuel mix. He's put in fuel mix 2 or 3. Yes.
47. I'll tell you, at this rate, he's gonna catch him.
Look how
Yeah.
quick he's going down the straight. He's putting in fuel mix.
He's gonna catch him if he's not careful.
I don't think he understands. I think he's put it in fuel mix instead. He should just be short shifting.
Yeah, short shift and lift and coasting to the bus stop. It won't hurt him too much through the infield, but on that banking, it's going to destroy his time.
This could be interesting. We'll come back to that. Let's just see where everyone else is, if there's anyone else close.
Yeah, all that time is being gained in the loop.
Yeah, I think it's just a fight for the podium now, isn't it? Second spot on the podium.
What's kind of interesting right now is if Gloss stays in second, he'll jump Isaiah, but if he doesn't, he won't.
Look at the amount of time he's bleeding.
It's only in the oval though, isn't it?
Yeah,
He lost 2/10 through the infield, and now he's lost 2/10 in the first part of the oval. He's losing so much time down through here.
What's his speed into the bus stop? Check Fishtail's speed.
163.
64, I seen. Yeah, look.
168. 168. It's 4 mile an hour difference. And how quick he's going to get there as well.
You'd argue as well the Mercedes is probably faster in a straight line normally than the Porsche.
Look how much time he's lost. He's lost a second nearly in this.
He needs
through the oval. He's got to. He hasn't got a lot less.
Yeah, what's the fuel?
Zascar actually has the lowest fuel out of all of them. Yeah, for me, Gloss doesn't need to be fuel saving now. Zascar has less fuel than Gloss.
Maybe Zascar meant to go into the pits and put in a bit of fuel, but he didn't do it.
Maybe
he pressed too many buttons.
I don't know what the gap was, but maybe he was going to come up to lap Fishtail, and he didn't want to lap him so that he'd have more laps to catch Gloss.
I don't know why Gloss is fuel saving here. For me, there's only a couple of laps left, and you get 2 laps when you start flashing.
Yeah, you don't need to fuel save. Like he's taken three seconds out of him in 2 laps.
He's wide there. He's putting loads of pressure on himself here.
Yeah.
Oh, Baldy Gloss.
It's almost like he's counted the laps wrong. Like
he's doing something wrong here. He needs to be switching. If he has switched it down, he needs to be turning it back on now.
No, he switched it down again. Oh, it's not going on as much.
It's going back up now. He must be back on normal. It's going back up now.
Yeah, he ain't lost any time.
No, he's gained time.
They're all trying to play some funny games today. Of Zascar picking and not doing anything. Gloss knocking his fuel map down.
The thing is now, though, one mistake from Gloss and it's game over.
Yeah, if he gets another one of those 1 second penalties, that does turn into a 3 second penalty. He is losing time still, though. Look.
Yeah, but that could just be exit. That could just be exit. Aztec is getting fish. 2 laps, 3 seconds to go. 3 laps.
I mean, the Americans have a strong showing here. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. It is Daytona. We would hope so. Homegrown.
well, none of us could do it in the pro race, so.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
None of us were even close. I think I was the highest at 5th. Or no, VTEC. Yeah, no, VTEC Zascar.
He's 50 seconds or something.
Zascar was 3rd, weren't he, until the last lap, and he let Panda through.
I think VTEC could be in a really big threat next season.
VTEC was 2nd, Zascar was 3rd. It's only because he literally stopped on the line, didn't he?
That's what I was saying. The VTEC is
really
really good, but he might not be renewing his PSN, so...
Oh, that'd be a shame. That'd be a shame.
Internet is obviously an issue as well.
Yeah, that does cause a few issues, to be fair.
Gloss is still losing time here to Fishtail.
He has lost still quite a bit of time.
Has anyone talked like VTEC though through like port forwarding and stuff? Because that might help him.
I don't even know what that is myself.
We've got a lot of gaps. We've got a lot of gaps in this race. Don't start talking about that. We'll lose all the audience, mate. Right.
Oh, Gloss is wide there.
That might be a penalty.
That was close then.
Yeah, penalty would absolutely kill him right now.
No, I think he just kept it just enough.
I'm just going to quickly flick through the field.
A 1 second penalty now would drop Gloss to 3rd. Because by the time he gets up to speed again, Fish would be past him.
Jake has absolutely left Harge, unless Harge has had a couple of
He's
bad
on
laps.
softs, isn't he? Remember, Jake's on softs.
Yeah, I know, but that was 8 seconds when Jake came out of the pit. It's now 26.
Oh. Well, what's Harsh's times?
49
still.
for
50. No, that's not nothing horrendous. Jake's been doing 45s and 46s though. 3 seconds a lap faster. 4 seconds a lap faster.
Damn, flying. If only that 6 round a bigger tank. Airman has slowly started to reel Jay back in, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
As Tekka said, Zas doing Zas things. The man is more unpredictable than Ferrari's pit plans.
Ronnie and Apex.
Ronnie
Yeah.
and Apex are still very close as well.
And
I'll tell
Shippo's
you
only
what.
4.5 behind.
I'll tell you what, we were talking about driver of the day, and I know he's in 9th now, but Ronnie has had a brilliant drive today.
Yeah, Ronnie
Other
has
than-
driven really well
Other
today.
than that damage has been his undoing. But he has
To be
had a
fair, I
brilliant
will
drive.
say Harsh has had a great drive today, considering he was right at the very back after T1 with a spin.
Yeah, he's had a good showing as well. I think
No,
I
it's
don't
all
think
right. We
anyone's
don't want to
had
give him drive for the day. It's Harsh, do it.
I don't think anyone has had. I don't think many have had a bad race. I think everyone's done just to be here after 3 hours is a good showing. Right, coming on to the last lap now. 2.6 seconds, 2.7 seconds between Glass. Glass should be okay as long as he doesn't get a penalty.
I feel a commentator's curse coming.
What a drive from Zaskar this has been. Dominant. Fantastic drive from all these guys, to be fair.
Yeah, it's leveled out now with Gloss and Fish.
I'll tell
I'll
you
tell
who's
you
been
what, we
sneaky
said
this
that-
race, Smack Attack.
He's had a great race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we said that Glass
Oh,
didn't
Fish
need
on the
to-
grass.
We said that Glass didn't need to save fuel. Look how much fuel he's got left.
Oh god.
Nah, that's plenty.
What's Zaskar got left?
Less. But Zaskar's almost at the line, like, well, it's just about to go into the bus stop.
He might run out though before he gets to the line.
I don't think it's going to trouble him too much in 34 seconds of the cushion.
You never know though, if it ran out
You-
right now it would.
If he ran out at the bus stop, you'd be very surprised. That bank, it doesn't look like a long corner, but
Oh, is it the barrier?
No, he's just weaving.
He did hit the barrier out the bus stop though. Intentionally, but
It does look like he's going to run out of fuel there.
he'll be alright now. What a drive. Great drive there from Zaskar.
Brilliant drive. And here he goes, cross the line.
Handbrake turn. Yep.
Zaskar is the winner of the Daytona finale.
Glossboss gonna get second here.
Only 2 seconds over the line.
Oh, it's
Nice
just
job,
like six.
Fish,
It's just like
keeping it
6
that
tenths.
close.
You know,
Is he
you
gonna
think-
is he close to running out of fuel and he's thinking I need to?
If you think after 3 hours though, these two to be separated by 1.8 seconds is still good.
Great drive from Gloss there and Fish.
Glass to take P2.
American 1, 2, 3 in Daytona.
The baguette to come home and take. See, look, Jake's pulled another 4 seconds on Harsh.
my driver of the day is Jake, 100%. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think
in
I
that
think
car,
it would, but yeah.
yeah, I think he's done an extra two pit stops compared to everyone else as well. Right, and you think he's only a minute 7 off the back. If he had a decent fuel, he would have won. So fair play.
Yeah, great effort.
Jake comes home in P4.
Harsh is
Living it
gonna
on bricks.
Harsh is
Span
going
a
to be
bit early.
P5, Smack 6, J 7th, Airman 8th, Ron 9th, Shippo 10th, Apex 11th, Apex ran out of fuel 11th, and Tom 12th.
Harsh, the last to cross the line, saved himself from being lapped when Zaskar did his mystery pit stop.
Handbrake turn, there we go.
Lovely stuff.
That's a
Well
wrap.
done, chaps.
And that's a wrap.
To wrap on the season, guys.
Yep.
So we had two
So, yeah.
unfortunate DNFs with their MC and Panda with technical issues, but everyone that finished did a cracking job. Zas takes fastest lap as well.
So that should be Matthew P1, Zaskar P2, Fishtail P3 is your top 3 in the championship. At the end.
It is. I think, again, another long stream. We've managed to talk lots of different topics. We spent talking about podium, talking about the next season, but I think this race has been great. It's been close, considering that we've had 3 hours of fast and left. It's been good. So that's it. It's the end of the stream and the end of the season. So we'll see you. We haven't got confirmed comms yet, have we, for podium?
No, not yet. I suppose it's going to all be... I doubt we're going to have comms for podium, to be honest. I think anybody involved who's not involved is out doing things, aren't they?
Yeah, so if we don't see you for podium, we will see you in around 6-7 weeks' time for season 4.
Any final thoughts?
Oh, go on.
No, I'm asking you guys. I just have to say, I mean, since he wasn't here, but Matthew, great job this season. I mean, dominant performance. Congrats on the championship again to him.
Yeah, I think we've all said it we've all said it several times. I think Boosted and Matt both smashing drives, and everyone that's been competing this year. So we'll see.
It's like we always say, it's good. We got all there's battles all throughout the field, as you've seen through here. So hopefully we'll continue that going forward.
Sure we will. Just we'll put Boosted on hards and then we'll have a battle for first as well.
All right, I'll shut up now.
All right, we'll see you in the next season. Thanks for joining.
See you later.